by itself.
The door open.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, it did.
By itself. Nobody moved. There's nobody pulling the door by itself.
Did you just stroke my elbow?
No, I did not.
Yes, she did.
No, I did not.
Yes,
I'm
she
not
did.
here. I'm way over here. I'm way, touch, put your hand out. I'm way over here.
Only touched my elbow then.
I'm here.
Can you stop doing that now? This is not funny. What's happened
Chris,
now?
what the hell, man?
God.
Nobody touched it. I watched. Nobody touched it.
Did that just start moving on its
Yeah, on its own. By itself. Nobody even touched it when they went by. Look.
Because I'm not that keen on this.
I am not that type of girl.
It's moving.
Now it's going counterclockwise.
Clockwise.
It's about a woman. It has something to do with a woman. Oh my God, get out of there.
Ooh.
Get out. Go get her. Go get your
Toy.
Okay, I don't know. I was trying to see what was there, but this
stop it.
noise was over there.
What the hell?
Okay.
What the hell?
Okay. One of the number 6s has just fallen off the bins.
What the hell?
I want my son. Do you want to be with him and go home? Daniel, please. Mom, we need you.
Welcome to Dead Famous Live for our second night at the Los Angeles Theatre. Now, this will be our Hollywood Nerve Centre, and I'll be hosting proceedings from here while Gail and Chris are out investigating of the studio that created the movie business.
Hi, Chris. We
Hello,
are
Gail.
at the world. Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Well, we're at the world famous Culver Studios here, and we're actually in stage 11, which was the place where they filmed Gone with the Wind. And at these studios, they've done King Kong, The Wizard of Oz. It's an amazing place.
And Chris, this place is supposed to be supposedly haunted by, get this, Gloria Swanson and Vivian Leigh.
Wow, very nice. All right, we'll come back to you in a bit.
Should be a good night.
Nice one. It's going horribly well. We've got some interesting results here at the Los Angeles Theatre yesterday, and we're hoping to top that today at the Culver Studios. But while we're exploring the studio, you can continue the investigation we started yesterday by checking out our 4 webcams that are set up around the Los Angeles Theatre on our website, which is livingtv.co.uk/deadfamouslive. We want to know if you spot anything unusual on the show or on the webcams. If you do, then you can email us via the website or text FAMOUS, followed by your message to 83444. Please remember to include your name and location. You must be over 18 to take part, and it costs 25p plus your standard network charges. Tonight, though, Gail and Chris are set at the Culver Studios, so before we go back to them, let's find out a little bit more about the location.
The Culver Studios was one of the original film lots for the canny entrepreneurs who created the movie business. Built in 1918 by Thomas Ince, it is the oldest working studio in the world and has kept its original buildings, its charm and glamour.
The Culver Studios was founded in 1918 by one of the true pioneers of the motion picture business, Thomas Ince.
He is the reason the Culver Studios is here. This was his home, this is his baby, this is what he created.
Thomas Ince is probably best known for 3 things. First, he's credited with the invention of the Western. Second, he was the first guy to apply a business methodology onto this new creative process of moving pictures. So he was the guy who created the prop department, the wardrobe department, and he really created the factory. The third thing that Ince is probably best known for is his very untimely death.
Culver Studios has changed hands several times since Ince's death in 1924, subsequently run by the likes of Cecil B. DeMille and Howard Hughes.
The reality is there have been hundreds and hundreds of movies that have been shot here. We're perhaps best known for Gone with the Wind was shot here, the original King Kong, Citizen Kane, arguably one of the best movies ever made.
But behind the Culver Studios' grandiose exterior lies a dark secret.
I think Culver Studios is probably the most haunted studio, definitely in the country, and I would imagine in the world.
One day, like a month ago, I was checking the doors. All the doors were open on the second floor. And when I checked, all the phones were all backwards. And they were making this near sound. And it freaked me out. I called one of my fellow officers, and they told me to get out. Freaked me out after.
There's just been so many people that have been through these doors that I definitely think they have revisited us.
With me again here at the theatre are medium Carla Barron, parapsychologist Lloyd Auerbach, and Hollywood historians Marc Wanamaker and James Robert Parrish. Plus, we're also joined by Eugene Hilche, who works at the Culver Studios and had an unusual experience there. Now, firstly, Marc, you're a well-known historian, specialising in Hollywood studios and films. What makes the Culver Studios so special?
Well, first of all, it was Thomas Ince's personal studio. He built the what we now know today as the MGM Sony studio, too. But this one, of course, is very special, mainly because of the later films that were made there, like Gone with the Wind, things like this. This is really, I would say, those kind of films put it on the map.
Correct.
And that's really what made it very special.
Brilliant. We've got a lot about Gone with the Wind later on. But, Jim, you've written over 100 books on Hollywood and its stars. Which stars filmed at the Culver Studios that we would know of?
Well, probably Gloria Swanson, you know, and Vivian, Leigh, Laurence Olivier for different projects, and of course you have Clark Gable there for Gone with the Wind, and every Citizen Kane and the people who were in that.
So do you think we might find some of those later on?
Hopefully.
Who knows?
That's
Great
right.
stuff. Thanks, Jim. Eugene, you worked at the studios for 30 years. What exactly did you do there? What was your job?
Prop making, special effects.
Great stuff. And we'll be speaking to you a little bit more later. But next, let's find out where we're kicking off the investigation tonight. Gail, are you there?
Yes, we are. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
You've got lots of very good people in the studio, I see.
We've got loads of fantastic guests. So whereabouts are you now exactly?
Well, as we said before, it's the Culver Studios, as your guests were just talking about. We're in stage 11, which has got a whole load of history. Part of Gone with the Wind was filmed here. Orson Welles had his office next door to here. As everyone said, Vivian, Leigh, Clark Gable, Gloria Swanson. These are the people that we're going to try and get in contact with tonight. So Chris has got lots of equipment with him.
Yeah.
So what is that equipment,
here
Gail?
is what's called a sonic ear.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay, Chris?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. What I've got here is what's called a sonic ear. Now, we've heard stories that people have heard noises here and voices. So what I'm hoping to do is capture some of that on the sonic ear where I can amplify any of the sounds that are here. I'm also, as you well know, a thing called EVPs, electronic voice phenomena. I'm going to try to capture some of that on this cassette recorder. Now, people have said that they've seen orbs flying around and certain lights. So what I'm also going to do is take some digital photographs, see if we can get any of that on film.
And I know that you've got Tom and Lisa Butler in the studio today because I think they're going to listen to some of the EVPs that Chris got from yesterday. So
Oh, did Chris get some EVPs yesterday? Fantastic.
Yes, he did.
Can't wait for that.
So I think Tom and Lisa are going to give you a hand with that. But we'll see you after the break
See you in a
when
bit.
you come back
Take
to
care.
us.
Okay, before Gail and Chris take their first steps into that cavernous studio, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back very soon. Don't go away. Welcome back to the second night of Dead Famous Live from the Los Angeles Theatre. Now, if you'd like to visit the setting for Dead Famous Live and want a chance to win a trip for two to Los Angeles in January 2006, just complete the following sentence. Chris Fleming is known as A, a psychologist, B, an astrologer, or C, a sensitive. To enter the competition, phone 09015 339988. That's 09015 339988. Entries cost no more than £1 from landlines and mobile rates will vary. Or digital viewers can press the red button on the remote control now. Remember, you must be over 18 to enter. Full terms and conditions are on our website, livingtv.co.uk/deadfamouslive. Now, let's not waste any more time, because if the studios are as haunted as reported, then Gail and Chris are sure to find something. Gail.
Yes, well, it's a phenomenal, phenomenal building. We've been wandering around quite a lot, and it's got so much history to it. I know you've got Marc Wanamaker there, and he's going to be able to tell you everything there is to know about this place. And it's got so much history to it. I know you've got Marc Wanamaker there, and he's going to be able to tell you everything there is to know about this place. But Chris has been picking up some bits and pieces already. So, how are you feeling at the moment?
Well, you know, being a sensitive, what you always want to do is you want to kind of walk around, feel what type of energy that's here. And this is such a big place, and there's not a lot of stuff in the way except for the stuff that's in the middle of the room, so we have to be careful of that. What I like to do first is when I get to a location is kind of do like an EVP sweep. I've only got 2 hands, and I've got 3 pieces of equipment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this on. Now, this is a cassette tape recorder. It's not one of the new digital recorders. The reason why I'm going with this is I want to try something different than what I did yesterday. I'm going to place this here, and I'm going to ask that the entire crew kind of keep your voices down, try not to talk, so we don't get your voices on this recorder.
Okay.
The other thing is they've been talking about strange anomalies that they've got here, right?
They've said actually that in this building in particular, in stage 11, there's a lot of orbs, as you call them.
Right.
Orbs are seen here, sort of lights and anomalies, and noises. These are the 2 main paranormal things that they get here. So that's obviously going to be great for your EVP and for photographs.
Definitely.
But obviously we're looking for people like Vivian, Leigh, Clark Gable. See, if you look at that wall over there, Chris, that is actually, they shot quite a lot of Gone with the Wind here, and that part was used as the entrance to the big main house.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, let's walk over here then.
So that was a major part of the movie.
Now, the one thing, too, is what I've got here with the sonic ear is spirits
so
and ghosts.
You can hear extra clearly wearing that. Does it pick up extra sounds that we can't hear with our normal ear?
What it does is it amplifies all the sound that's around you. Okay, you can pick up usually from a little over 100 yards away. Now, ghosts and spirits tend to talk to us at a vibration or a level that we really can't hear. Dogs can sometimes hear it, cats can hear it, but we can't. Upon playback on a recorder, if you amp up the sound, you can sometimes hear their voices. What this does, instead of having to worry about playing it back, you hear it in real time.
Well, I think if we head over to that bit where Vivian Leigh would have actually walked through this, that this is the entrance to the house where she was Scarlett O'Hara.
Now, this might look a little funny with this on my head and this thing, but trust me, this does work. You do tend to hear things that you wouldn't normally hear with, a regular hearing.
Are you picking up anything already apart from my whining
Just your voice.
Scottish voice?
All I'm getting is your voice right now.
Okay, and that's a joyous thing, yeah? You
Now,
didn't
the
hear
one thing,
me.
of course, I'm hearing a lot of shuffling because people walking around, but what I'm looking for is any voices, any words that are not our own. And the best way to provoke that is to call out to any of the spirits.
Do you want
Gail,
me to call her?
Yeah, why don't you do that, Gail?
Should we call for Vivian Leigh?
People have seen her ghost here, so why don't you go ahead and do that?
Yeah, there's a room that we're going to later on that they've actually physically seen Vivian Leigh walking around, so that's going to be very exciting. But I'll shout. Vivian Leigh, if you're in the building or your spirit is still here, could you give us a sign? Could you speak to Chris? Can you make something move? Vivian, could you give us a noise of any description? Anything, Chris?
No, I'm not getting anything on the pictures yet, but I want to walk over here.
Why did you feel the need to walk over that way?
I don't know.
I just wondered if something was drawing you over there.
My intuition, let's just say that.
Apparently, as well, I'd heard that they might have shot part of Citizen Kane here.
Oh, really?
Remember I said Orson Welles, his office was literally next door to Stage 11. Another thing about this studio, Thomas Ince, the man who built it...
Whoa.
Come
here.
What did you get?
Come here.
There's no Studio
Check this
13.
out. Check this out.
Because he was superstitious. There's no Studio 13. What is that?
Remember when we had the Raleigh Studios?
Yeah. Can you get that?
Can you see this here?
And that couldn't have been reflected on something.
No, look at that.
Can you see it?
Okay. The one thing you have to be careful is that when you get, it's what we call an orb. The question is it dust or is it something else? But it's very, very bright.
Explain it.
Okay.
Explain.
Okay. The thing is this itself is not the ghost or spirit you're looking at. My theory is that when the flash is sent out It bounces off something and it comes back. Sometimes it could be dust, could be water droplets, could even be an insect. But when you get something this solid, this bright, what I'm thinking that it is a spirit energy that's residing right there. The flash hits it and it bounces back, and that's what you get, is what we call an orb.
Do you want to go to the spot where you got that from? That is like the one that you had
exactly
before.
Like it. Now, sometimes you'll get stuff very similar to that, but it's very faded, it's kind of gray, it's not very vibrant. When you get something like this, that bright, there's an energy level that is sending that back. That's what I believe.
Do you get any sort of feeling that anyone is here? Or do you get any place memory, anything in this?
Well, I haven't picked up any place memory yet. I think the thing is because I've been trying to concentrate on any voices and any type of orbs. Because we're concentrating on that, I think that's why we're getting this. Now, if I was to focus just on place memory, maybe I would, but if I spend too much time going back and forth, I don't think I'll be able to focus on what we're really looking for, and that's to get some type of voices or an anomaly like I just did.
Do you think that in a studio of this magnitude, someone like Vivian Leigh or Clark Gable would come back to haunt this place?
Well, it's possible, you know. Any type of spirit can come back anywhere it wants if it feels some type of a connection. The question is, what connection do you think they would have to this place?
Well, before Gone with the Wind, no one really knew who Vivian Leigh was. I mean, she was plucked from obscurity, and this made her Scarlett O'Hara, which was that every actress in Hollywood wanted that part. And this unknown girl got the part. So this must have, you must have had a huge emotional, hold over her.
No, you're possibly right. I'm not getting anything close to what I got before. I'm getting just some small dust particles that are being bounced back, but nothing as big and as vibrant as that anomaly.
Well, we're going to go back to the studio, back to you guys in the studio. We're going to wander around a bit more. There's so much here. So we're going to go and have a look in the bungalow, which is just over there. So we'll see you when we're there.
Thanks, Gail. See you in a bit. Now, there aren't many people alive today who actually worked on Gone with the Wind, but two of them are here now. Dolores Parker was a child actress who was an extra in the burning of Atlanta scene, and Mickey Coon played Bo Wilkes, the son of Melanie and Ashley Wilkes. Nice of you to join us. Now, thank you. Mickey, you were just 7 years old when you were in the film, and you were 10 years old, weren't you? What was it like to work on such a huge film? Now, this film grossed the most income from any film ever. What's it like to be part of such a huge experience?
Well, it was so far ahead of anything we'd done. First color film. First one that had a swear word in it forever.
Really? Okay, I won't ask you what that was.
It was the final scene.
Okay, right.
It became very famous just for that.
Really? And did you know at the time that it was going to be such a big film? When you were filming it, I mean, obviously, I understand you've both filmed a lot of movies by that point. Did you know at the time that this was going to be a very special movie?
No. I think when this movie was filmed, the other movie that was going on at the same time, The Wizard of Oz, was supposed to be the big movie of the year. And, of course, we all know what happened when it came time for the awards. But it was for kids, children in those days, it was a job. My father went to work, and I went to work. And so we had no idea that it was going to be such a special movie. It didn't hit until about...
Why was it such a huge movie? What made it so special? Why were so many people attracted to it?
Mainly the looking for the star.
Oh, yeah.
Every star in town wanted that role.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't think that the main star of the movie was going to get it, did you? You thought you didn't really see that she was a Hollywood star.
They were all working for it so hard, and it was really a shock when they brought this unknown from England to appear.
And you didn't think she had the Hollywood potential, did you? You didn't think
that
she looked like a star?
Was.
No. And so did she deliver? Did she...
Oh.
A little later, but not that night.
She only won the Academy Award.
Exactly. But did you think, when you were working with her in the scenes, did you kind of think, no, I was wrong, she's great, she's fantastic, they picked the right person? Or do you think, you know, at that time, were you thinking, this should have gone to someone else?
I don't think anyone did at the time.
No, I think it was, once she was chosen, I think it was unanimous. Everyone thought it was a magnificent choice.
Really?
Yes.
So you knew the instant you worked with her that she was the right choice?
Yes.
Okay, what was it like working at Culver Studios?
Oh, it was, for me, it was a lot of fun. I visited Culver Studios about 2 months ago, and it just brought back so many memories. To see Lady Olivier's dressing room, and I went in.
What was it like? Was it grand?
Oh.
What was in it?
It was it was just her. She was
Right.
she was there, you know,
Sure.
and it was typical of Lady Olivier. I worked with her in Streetcar Named Desire, and saw her dressing room there. We chatted for about a half hour, and the one at the Culver Studios was basically the same. Very nice,
Right.
very comfortable.
Great. How about
basically the same? Very nice,
Right.
very comfortable.
Great. How about in
typical.
comparison with today's standards?
I haven't seen a dressing room lately of you. We couldn't compare.
I should imagine it was very different. Now, Mickey, you went back to the studios in 1998, and you said that it felt like you were going back in time.
Oh yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I particularly asked to go and see Mr. Selznick's office, because it was there that at the end of my part in the movie, Mr. Selznick presented me with a 16mm camera and a projector, and in 1939 that was quite the thing. Sure. But I remember the office being very wonderful, very grand, a lot of wood, a nice fireplace, and just a young man who was visiting there by the name of Joseph Cotton was in the office at the same time. So I asked if I could go down and see the office once again.
And what was it like?
Well, it was basically the same. Of course, it's been modernized and shrunk. A lot of the spaciousness that was there is not there anymore. But I believe Mr. Selznick's there.
Really?
Yes,
you do?
I do.
Okay, so both of you, final question now. Do you think Culver Studios is haunted?
When did that start? I don't recall it when I was there. Do you?
So at the time you
Ever
filmed
hear
that, you
it was
didn't
haunted?
think it was
No,
haunted?
but you know what I think? I think that
Presence.
Lady Olivier is there. I think Leslie Howard is there. I think Clark Gable is there. I think Olivia de Havilland is there. I think they're all there.
Right.
And they probably are not making their presence known.
Absolutely.
But I believe that they're there, and they're saying, ha, I
Right.
made this studio.
Brilliant. Thanks very much. Well, we'll see what Gail and Chris find after this break. We'll be back very soon. Thank you very much. That was great. Really, really good. Welcome back to Dead Famous Live. We're live from the Los Angeles Theatre, and Gail and Chris are out at the Culver Studios, where they're about to explore one of the old star bungalows. But for now, if you want the chance for two to visit this amazing set in January 2006, complete the following sentence. Chris Fleming is known as A, a psychologist, B, an astrologer, or C, a sensitive. To enter the competition, phone 09015 339988, or digital satellite viewers can press the red button on the remote control now. For full terms and conditions, visit our website, livingtv.co.uk/deadfamouslive. Right now, though, it's time to go over to Chris and Gail, who are at the bungalow. Gail?
Hi, Chris. Yes,
How
we're
is
in the
it?
bungalow. Yeah, it's very spooky. And we actually came here earlier just to walk around and see how we felt. And Chris had to leave because he felt someone was touching him. So he didn't actually complete the tour of this bungalow because he didn't want to be in here.
So this is going to be the first time that you're going to have a full tour of the bungalow?
Yes, we're going to have a full tour. Debbie Sennett is joining us. You remember her from last night.
Yeah,
she was at the
absolutely.
seance, and also you spoke to her. So we're going to have a little bit of a walk around, see what Chris and Debbie can pick up, and tell you a little bit of history about this place. So I'll let you guys take a wander. But this place was built actually by Jack Kennedy, who was JFK's father, for Gloria Swanson, because they were having an affair. But it turned out they actually used Gloria's money to pay for the bungalow. Nice.
Yeah, when I was in here.
But people have felt a presence in here, and they've smelt Gloria's perfume, and there's been noises, and yeah, it was once late at night there was a guy who was working here, and he actually smelt her perfume. You guys both look perplexed. How are you feeling?
There is a woman here, but it's really strange because it's not Gloria.
Well, who do you think it is?
It's an older woman, maybe somebody who worked for her.
Can you tell me where she is?
I get it in this area right in here, and it's actually moving.
Can you explain to us exactly what you're feeling and how you know it's a woman, and what
I can
you tell
see
us how
her.
old she
She's
is?
about 5'2" and probably around 50, in her 50s.
Where can you see her right now?
Right in this area, in here. And she, that's interesting because I get a name too. I get a Margaret Lemming.
Margaret Lemming.
Lemming. Uh-huh.
Well, we can look into that and see if there's anyone
Interesting. I get a Margaret.
Is it worth us shouting for Gloria, or did you not feel that she's here at all?
I don't feel her right now. Chris, do you feel her?
No.
Someone said to me earlier that it was a bit. Someone said that they felt something in the bathroom. Can you find out any more about? Can you tell us any more about Margaret? Do you know if she worked here or if
she did work here, and I get her fussing with hair, doing hair.
Does she mind us being in here?
No, not at all. Not
Is
at
she
all.
intrigued by our presence?
Very intrigued. In fact, she wants to work.
She wants to work. Well, that's good. Then that's what we want. Can she show us that she's here? Can she make a noise? Can she do anything? Can she talk through you? Can she?
We can ask her if she'll show herself.
I'll let you ask her because I seem to frighten everyone away.
Talk to me if I get any EVPs on it too.
Margaret, are you here? Margaret, would you like to make yourself present?
Did she say anything to you?
She's just laughing. Can you connect with her maybe? Oh, that's interesting because she's actually a very happy person. She's a real happy person.
What's she laughing at?
She's laughing at us.
We're laughing at the fact that we want to speak to her.
Yeah, thinking that we're interrupting her and just is laughing because she has work to do.
What's she doing?
She's looking to do somebody's hair.
So she's a hairdresser here?
A hairdresser.
Well, it's not my hair she's looking to do. That's for sure.
But
well, can you get her to do anything? Will she show us a sign? Can she touch your hair, or can she touch Chris's hair?
She'll touch Chris.
Oh yeah.
Well,
like
why did she touch Chris's hair?
Well, she likes Chris.
Why am I getting touched so much on these lives?
She really likes you. She likes your hair. She likes how you look. She thinks you're cute.
Oh, that's nice. You know, when I was in here earlier, though, because Gail...
Yeah, I know. He did. He was literally at that door there, and he fled. I mean, we just walked in, and he was just like out the door, and we were like, "What?"
Now, did she touch you back here?
No, let me explain.
Because
when I was in here before, I was standing there, just, walking around. Something touched me in the back where my pack is, for the equipment. Pushed right back here. I thought someone was behind me just checking the equipment. There's no one behind me. So that's when I kind of darted out of there. I mean, I didn't feel it was evil or,
Oh, no, she's not evil at all. In fact, she's
curious about the equipment that I had.
She's quite a nice person.
We need to find out either more about Margaret, or we see if Gloria's around anywhere. Do you want to check out any other rooms in here?
Yeah, let's just keep walking around. I mean, any investigation, you want to check out all the rooms.
Could you maybe ask, I mean, is it possible to ask a spirit? Did you say to Margaret, is Gloria here, or has Gloria been here? Would you be able to do that? Okay.
Margaret? Oh, that's interesting.
What's happened?
What's interesting is, I'm surprised that Chris isn't feeling this, because she really wants to fuss with you.
Oh, I'm glad you said to fuss.
I'm putting my guard up.
She really likes you. That's really interesting. She's older. She's in her 50s.
Well, why? Don't put your guard up.
Kind of a motherly.
We're looking for spirits.
She's real motherly, and she just thinks you're adorable. She wants to make over you for some reason.
She's slightly deluded.
You never know what these ghosts are going to do.
Well, then put your guard down, because I'd like something to happen.
No, I said she's here. I'm not saying I didn't.
But can you ask her about Gloria? Can you find out if Gloria is here? Because that's the spirit that's been smelled. They smell her perfume in here.
She says that she's here periodically, that she comes and she goes.
Could she come now?
Can I ask her? Margaret? Can you get Gloria to come? She says she's a very busy woman, but she'll try.
But Margaret's busy, or Gloria's busy?
Gloria.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't we wander around and see if Margaret can get in touch with, could you get Margaret to come with us, or?
Oh. She'll follow us.
She'll just follow us?
She'll follow us,
okay.
Because she likes Chris.
Fine. So then if she could get Gloria, to come and join us, I mean, will she let you know? Will you feel the presence of... Chris, are you picking up anything in here? How do you feel?
I felt more in that back room.
Yeah, it's not much here.
No. More in that back room.
Do you want to go back into that room then? It's just a bathroom.
Yeah, it's just a bathroom.
The back room is where the main activity was.
Well, we'll move back to the back room and see if Margaret can... Can she not give us a sign of any description, Margaret? She can, you know, like, as I say, touch Chris or make a noise. Come on,
she
Margaret.
said, well, she's been trying to.
She's been trying to touch you. Put your guard down.
My guard's down.
Okay.
But you're not in the right spot. You need to
It's
go
back there.
back
I
here
think most of her energy is
up.
contained in that room over there.
Watch this.
And this goes along with some of the stories of people feeling energy back here. So
Why has Margaret come back here? Did she used to come to these bungalows to do things for the studios?
Oh, she worked for the studio. Yeah.
Right. We should maybe ask. I know we've got Marc Wanamaker. He might know. Someone might know in the studio if there was a. What did you say her last name was?
Like linen, something like that. What? Let's see.
Lemming.
Lemming.
Margaret Lemming.
Yeah, Lemming.
Okay. Well, we can see if anyone knows of a Margaret Lemming or if there was a Margaret Lemming. And do you feel that she died here or she's just come back here?
She's come back here. She didn't die here.
Did you hear that knock? Did you hear a knock?
I heard
Yes.
something.
What was it?
It was a
Let's
knock.
go look.
Go and have a look.
Where'd it come from?
It came from over that way.
Here?
Okay,
Oh,
round
okay.
this way. Here. Maybe was it from the bathroom?
Do
That sounded like it was over in here.
You sure you guys didn't knock on anything or bang against anything?
Oh, come on.
You guys didn't bang against
Anybody
anything, did you?
out there?
There's no one there.
Margaret, can you do that again? If that was you, can you do that again? Give us another sign. Do it again, please.
That was a definite knock.
Okay, that was just the cable right now against the door.
Right. Should we stand together again and ask her for a
Yeah,
sign?
yeah.
Okay.
Can you give us another sign? Do it again, please. Give us a sign you're here. Do it now.
What's that noise? Is that?
I think that's from outside.
It's outside.
Is
It's
it
a door outside.
outside?
Yeah, it's outside.
Okay.
Okay, she's not
But
responding.
you had that on the whole time?
Yeah,
So
I
we
had it
can
on.
listen back and hear if there was knocks or if there was
I'll
any
listen to it.
voices. Could you ask if it was Margaret? I mean, what was that noise?
Margaret, was that you? She said no,
No.
that it wasn't her.
You sure you guys in the back didn't bang against the wall or anything?
Well, who would it have been
No.
if it wasn't Margaret? Is
No.
there anyone else here?
You sure? That was me. No?
Couple feet away from,
Okay.
Is there any other spirits in
Where
this
did you hear it
room?
coming from?
right under that window.
Right under the window
Right
here.
over here, huh?
Between the window and the electric.
One knock at first and then three.
That's pretty cool.
Right outside.
Well, then if it wasn't
Right over here.
Margaret, who would it have been? Debbie, do you know?
Well, you wanted Gloria.
Was it like this?
Do you think it could have been Gloria?
Yeah, it was like that.
It could have been.
But no one was over here, though.
No, I know. And everybody here, no one hit any equipment or anything. So,
And the knock was from the inside, not out.
well, we've gotten knocks before, Gail, when we asked for
know.
signs.
I know. I like it when you get knocks because then it gets very exciting.
Yeah, it's better than a shove, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, no one's shoved me yet. And it wasn't Margaret. Could have been Gloria. We could have actually got Gloria. Can we ask for her again? Gloria, if your spirit is here or if you are actually here with us, could you give us another sign, please? What
Did
is
you hear
it?
that?
What is it?
Hang on.
What did you hear? Is it coming from this room?
Hey, better come in here.
Why, what's happened?
Whoops. Do you feel the energy in this room? Feel the energy in this room right now.
Was that blind open before?
No, all the blinds were closed.
Yeah, it's in here now.
I feel it
Who
in
opened
this
the
room
blind?
more than I felt in that room before.
Oh, it's
now.
ice cold in here now.
It's ice cold in this room now. Gail,
Why
come
is
here.
this? I
Come
know
here.
I can feel it
I don't
cold.
know.
No, right here.
Weren't these blinds all closed?
Yeah, everything was closed.
Okay.
Because we came in and closed everything earlier.
All right, these blinds were closed, and this is what I thought I heard. Let's see if this is the same thing. I don't know. Something like to that level. Okay, it didn't sound like a knock. That's why I decided to come over. I thought maybe someone came in through the door. But, God,
Do
you
you
have
feel
to...
it
Yeah, I
in
do.
here?
It's Can't you feel the temperature
Yeah,
change?
I can feel the change.
Temperature's
But, I mean, what is that? What does that mean?
Well, whenever you get a spirit that goes into an area, the temperature drops in that area.
Do you feel that it's Margaret, or do you feel like it's someone else?
It's not Margaret.
So who is it? Could it be Gloria?
It could be.
Can you call out for her? What?
Feel that?
I just saw something. How weird.
Oh.
Right next to Chris's head, there was like a flash.
Are you guys
What,
feeling
did you see a
anything?
flash?
Like a flash of light.
Did you
Back
feel
here?
anything?
Yeah, it is cold. Everybody on this side is
weird.
feeling it colder over here.
Chris?
Can someone call out for...
Chris?
Did you hear that?
Get
Did you
over
hear
here.
that? Did you hear that? No.
Get over here.
Did you feel something by your head over there?
Feel this over here.
I don't even want to go in there.
This is... Okay, there's that...
Oh my God, it's freezing in here.
Okay, we were just over here, what, a couple minutes ago.
And there was nothing.
And there was nothing. The temperature was not like this right now. Now, this is a bathroom, and it looks like there's some closets here. When we were on the other side, I heard something, so we came back over here. Now, definitely a temperature difference. And even, you know, part of the crew's feeling it, too.
Can you call out for Gloria, see if she's here?
So we are getting signs.
She is here.
We're getting some signs here.
You think Gloria Swanson's here?
I can feel her.
Can she speak through you or say something? Can she give us another sign? Apart from just the temperature.
She said yes.
She's going to give us a sign?
Yes.
What kind of sign can she give us?
Oh my goodness.
What?
The hair on my arms. It's getting colder and colder here.
It's freezing in here. Why the bathroom?
Just don't know. Don't know.
Gloria, if you are here, could you give us another sign or speak to us or touch one of us?
Guys, try to be quiet back there.
I'm really cold. How do you feel?
I'm waiting for something to happen.
Debbie, how do you feel?
I feel really lightheaded right now.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. It's just there's something. It's getting stronger as we're standing here.
Well, can she do something?
She said she would.
I'm feeling pressure.
Are you able to voice connect, Debbie? Can she speak through you?
I don't think I can right now. She's agitated right now too.
That's
Is she
what I was
agitated
getting.
because we're here?
Yeah, she's agitated that we're in here.
That's what I was getting because my head's starting to hurt me.
Yeah, mine too.
Why would she be agitated? Is it because she's confused as to what we're doing here?
We're in her space.
You know when you get a stress headache? Pressure builds up. That's how I'm getting in my head right now. I'm very, emotional when I'm sensitive, picking
So
up
you've
the
both
emotions
got
and stuff.
headaches?
It's like pressure, like your head's
Yeah.
going to explode.
Like a sinus type thing, where it feels like your sinuses are hurting.
Well, if she was angry, if she wants us to go...
Well, she's not, I wouldn't say angry. She's more...
Well, does she want us to leave? Because if she wants us to leave, why doesn't she give us a sign?
Anybody know how she died? How did she die?
I don't know,
I don't
probably...
know.
I think it's
I
natural.
think it's just natural. Because she's...
Can you give us another sign, please? That everybody here can hear, everybody can witness.
Come on, Gloria.
Give us another concrete sign, please.
That's interesting. It's moving.
What's moving the energy?
Oh, yeah. Do you feel that?
I still got this headache, so it's hard for me to pick
I'm
up.
feeling really warm now.
It's moving.
Please give us a concrete sign.
Are you okay?
Chris, come out of here. Here.
What are you picking up from here?
Ooh, oh yeah.
What is it?
Temperature, energy. It's kind of
Did she
dizzying.
do anything else other than just change the temperature for us? I know it's difficult for...
Well, see, that's just them normally walking past, going forth, the
Yeah.
energy. They change the room.
They changed the room. Oh, wow.
Well, listen, I think we should stay here for a bit and then we're going to move on. Chris, we're going to stay here for a little bit because obviously these guys are feeling something and there is definite temperature changes here. We've got our EVP machine. I know you've got Tom and Lisa with you later on, so, we can bring back our EVPs and see what happens tomorrow. But we'll be going to do some psychometry on our next time you come and see us.
Thanks very much, Gail.
Colder back here again.
Thank you. See you later. Historians, any idea who Margaret could be? Any idea? Mark, could she be an extra?
Could be a worker at the studio,
Could be absolutely anyone.
Yes, this name is deceiving. I mean, it could be someone famous, but the name is wrong. Or it could be someone who worked there. There's thousands of people that were there since 1918, you can imagine.
Obviously, we all know who Gloria is, and they're getting 2 names there, so we'll come back to them in a bit. But we've had quite a few messages congratulating the Dead Famous team on the live show so far. Hannah and Nina from Barnes in London have just moved into their new home, congratulations, and they're really enjoying the show. They'd like to say well done to Dead Famous, thanks guys. Paul in Beckenham, Kent are having a... Thanks guys. Paul in Beckenham, Kent are having a Dead Famous party. They're both dressing up as their favourite Dead stars. Wait till you find out who they are. Judy Garland and Vivian Leigh. Okay. And they love Dead Famous and they love dressing up. Glad you're having fun. Ray from Northern Ireland watched yesterday's show and has since come out in a strange rash. Go and see a doctor. After the break, I am joined by Tom and Lisa Butler, who are EVP experts. But right now, we're going for a break, but stick around because Gail and Chris are going to explore more of Culver Studios. See you in a bit. Welcome back to Dead Famous Live from the heart of Movieland. Now, I'm joined by Tom and Lisa Butler, who are specialists in EVP. Now, Tom and Lisa, for those at home that don't know, can you just tell us a little bit about what EVPs are?
Well, it's the recording of a paranormal voice on anything that records, and there's basically no scientific explanation. It's being able to objectively reach the other side.
Right, and EVP stands for?
Electronic voice phenomena.
Electronic
and right
voice
now
phenomena.
we consider it one of the better demonstrations that we do survive physical death.
Okay, and how do we know, when we obviously take these recordings back and work through them, how do we know what we're finding isn't just static interference?
Well, I'll take it. Primarily it's complete thought. It's communication. It has a logical beginning and an end. It will usually respond to something you've asked or comment on something you're doing, as opposed to anything that would be like, for instance, radio crosstalk would be a beginning, half of a sentence or half a word.
Right, so it's full sentences or sentences with meaning?
Meaningful. We consider it to be very communication, and if you can't understand it, throw it away.
It's your sense it's too much of a coincidence that we could get an actual sentence or an actual word from the interference?
We've experimented with that, people around the world, for the last 50 or so years, and we pretty well ruled out that it's radio waves or accidental noise.
Okay. And can you tell us how you actually translate the noises into words and phrases and sentences?
Well, some of them you can actually hear them straight away on the tape, but we do download into a computer and use headphones, or if you're going to listen right off a cassette tape, you want to use headphones, and they make sense. It's words that you can hear.
Right, so it's when you're sitting in the quiet, you can sit down, listen to it, perhaps put it through a computer system.
It takes a little while to learn how to hear some of the... most of the voices, what we call Class B or Class C, are not real easily understood. And you do train your ear a little bit. I mean, we're all raised culturally to understand words out of noise, and EVP is just a little different, so you have to train yourself.
Okay, and you've experienced many EVPs through the years. I think we've got some examples, actually.
Okay.
If we can listen to one of your examples first. Here's the first one. And again. Okay, so what's that one saying?
That was actually recorded by Karen Mossy, one of our members, and it says, "I love you," and it's her father. And relatives were actually able to recognize his voice. So there's a lot of things we
they
don't...
can recognize the voice as well. Audience,
Exactly.
what did you guys think? You understood that, or the majority did? Everyone's nodding at me. Okay, let's hear another one. Let's hear another one. That's a lot more clearer, let's. And again. Okay, what's that one saying?
It might be hard to understand the middle portion. Braden's and dead are the first and last, and we believe it says Braden's not dead, and this is actually the son of another one of our members who was killed in a kayaking accident, and this, she recognizes his voice, saying his name is Braden.
Right,
And yeah,
okay, now we know what it says. Let's hear it one more time. Audience, what do you reckon? Yeah? You can hear that? Okay. We've got a third example now. Let's hear your third example. So you can hear it quite strong at the start, and then it kind of fades out and then comes
Right.
back at the end.
That's more of a typical EVP. It's a whisper, but it was quite shocking. I said, "Is there anything you want to say?" And this voice says, "Prepare to die." And it's in a location, the Leigh house in Reno, that there's been a lot of things moved. People are pushed down the stairs, so they have an entity.
Really? And where were you when that happened?
Right where all this happens.
Heading down the stairs, as a matter of fact. But we didn't hear the voice until we played it back later.
How did you feel when you heard that?
That's kind of threatening.
Yeah.
You know, keep in mind, though, the way it's pronounced, it almost sounds like a Southern officer saying, "Prepare to die." So it almost sounds humorous when you really look at it.
Okay. Now, last night, Chris had his EVP machine, and he went back to the hotel and spent about 5 hours, I think it was up to about 3 o'clock in the morning, going through his EVP, so thanks to Chris for that. But he found some as well, and I think we're going to hear one of them now. Any idea of what that could be?
There's a definite modulation, and it sounds like it could be "help me." It trails off, both the beginning and the end trails off, which is pretty typical for an EVP.
It does sound like an EVP.
Sure, Chris thinks that's saying... Okay, hang on, let's ask some of our guests. Carla, what do you think that says?
Play it again.
Play it again, please.
One more time.
I think this is one of those noises that once you know, it's easy to say, but once you know what it is, you can hear it. What do you think it might be, Carla?
It's so hard to hear because it's like way back there.
Okay, if I was to say it said please, we think it says please help.
One more time.
Please help me.
You're not convinced?
Please help.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's got like a third syllable in there.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and that's a very valid
Okay,
way of looking at it.
we want to know what the viewers at home think. Please go onto our website and let us know, or text us to the usual number. But right now, we're going to go back to the OB. Gail, are you there?
Yes, hi Chris, how are you?
Very well. Where are you?
We're actually, we're just in another one of the studios. We're here with Karen Page. We're going to do a bit of psychometry. I know that you dealt with that a little bit yesterday.
Yeah.
So we're still obviously at the Culver Studios. It was very interesting to hear what Tom and Lisa had to say about the EVP, so I'll have a chat with Chris about that later. But Karen, you're going to be doing this psychometry. Can you just quickly give us a brief explanation of what psychometry is?
Psychometry is vibrations carried through an object.
Right.
And these are all objects that had personal meaning to whoever owned them.
So who owned what?
This is a monogrammed cigarette case that was owned by Clark Gable. These are earrings that were in the personal collection of Marilyn Monroe that she wore. Wow. Yeah, aren't they stunning?
They're wonderful.
This and the brush are the compact, it's also monogrammed, of Carol Lombard. So these were in her personal belongings.
Do you mind if I don't put my fingers near yours? Because you just look far too well groomed.
No.
Are you feeling anything at all when you see? Can you pick up the same sort of things that Karen picks up
Sometimes
on?
I can. You know, dealing with
How do you do
psychometry, you get images and you get feelings, right? Emotions and stuff sometimes when you touch objects.
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Can you get anything from them now, even from them just being in front of you?
I'm drawn to the Marilyn since I've gotten Marilyn before, you know.
She's always said lovely things about you, Chris.
Oh, that's nice.
I
If only she was still alive.
Can you pick these things up? Yeah.
She'd be old enough to be your mom now.
It's gross.
Right. So tell us what you can pick up from just holding these earrings.
It's so funny because these earrings, which are very glamorous, I'm sure they were custom made. These feel like they have absolutely, it's almost like when she put a mask on. She put these earrings on. Because who she feels like she was inside had nothing to do with this kind of glamour.
And you can pick that up from just touching one of these
absolutely.
things. So basically,
want to
can I
hold one?
My little grubby
Absolutely.
hands, yes.
Your little darling hands.
Wow, look at these.
Aren't they amazing?
You're saying that, you know, it was all a facade, really. So when she got done up as the Marilyn that we remember her...
This is the mask, the final part of the mask that she would put on.
Can I put one on?
Help yourself. I'm sure she wouldn't mind. She'd love to have them on a blonde.
Or was blonde.
Well, blonde.
Well, I wasn't actually.
Well, that's pretty heavy.
Yeah,
yes, they are
not
quite
too
heavy.
Bad. They're quite nice.
But there's a very interesting energy here. It almost feels like those were the last pieces to the puzzle when she
So, like, she'd done herself up, she'd got the dress on, she'd done a bit, and that was it.
Because at home, it feels, look at this.
Yeah.
You get there. We've worked with Karen before for regular Dead Famous fans, and you get this a lot when you're feeling things or if you're talking about something.
Look at that.
This.
See, all the hair is just coming up.
and
straight
goosebumps. It feels like when she transformed from Norma Jean to Marilyn Monroe, and these were the final touch. These sort of are a perfect example of the mask that she wore when she was Marilyn Monroe. This was a young woman that all she really wanted, she was a simple little girl inside and everything. A young woman that all she really wanted, she was a simple little girl inside and everything else was paint. Do you know what I mean? And for her, it really feels like it was a job to put these on and to get all glammed up, because what she wanted to be was just a housewife and loved. And
loved.
Yes, she just wanted to be
got
loved.
into the Marilyn episode.
She just wanted to be accepted inside, right?
She just wanted to be loved. She wanted somebody to love her for Norma Jean, for who she was, not for Miss Amazingly Beautiful Marilyn Monroe.
So, like, putting this on made her feel really secure.
No, this was the final piece.
Mask.
This was her mask.
Yeah.
This
Wasn't
was
who
the
she
one
was.
nobody could penetrate.
Right.
You know, she put these earrings on. Would you like to put both of those on, gorgeous?
Yes, and then, oops, I'll forget that I've got them.
I have a feeling they'll come after us.
Do you think?
Those look
Yes.
good on you,
Oh,
by the
those
way.
are gorgeous on
Those
you.
look good on you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Those are gorgeous.
But can you actually channel through something like this, Chris? Would you be able to, you know, because you can pick them, can you channel through these things?
Absolutely.
Can you get something from them now?
That's what I was saying to you. These feel like she wore these when she really needed to put on the dog. Do you know what I mean? And she really needed to be on, and Marilyn. And
Could she talk to us now through just holding these things, or
it's funny because she always says the same thing.
What does she say?
She always says that she's sorry she disappointed everybody, and that all she wanted was somebody to love her.
Yep.
Is that what you felt when we did the Marilyn episode?
Well, the thing is you know, when you come in contact with a spirit once, you're able to come in contact with a spirit again. You've got that
yeah, they
connection.
hang around.
Okay? And I still feel connected to Marilyn. I mean, look at her. She's got goosebumps right here, and her hairs are standing on end. I mean, that just shows you the type of energy that's coming through, right?
Yes. She had a very powerful presence.
Do you think...
Even in the next world.
Do you think we could talk to her? Would she be able to talk to us now?
I think she would.
How could we do
I
that?
also think she'd be willing to.
Do you? Can we do that
Yes.
now?
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure.
Want to?
Sure. Want to?
Yeah.
I need the other earring.
Oh, come
Sorry,
on.
honey.
All right.
She said, give it back. You want to hold hands?
Sure. Actually,
Now, what are we doing here?
I wouldn't mind holding this. I'm going to put the flashlight down. Is that
Do you want
okay?
me to hold that one?
Sure.
Yeah. Let me hold your hand, too. We use combined energy.
Oh, me too.
Okay?
Okay.
Whoa, I felt that.
What did you feel?
I'm feeling the energy coming into me of who Marilyn Monroe was.
She
Norma
can't
Jean.
understand why everybody thought she was, this is going to sound funny, so blonde. You know? I get this sense of her being, I wasn't stupid. She read all the time. And she wants people to know who she was.
She wanted to be appreciated for who she really was.
Yes.
Yep, the appreciation. It's like just some innocent girl that was just thrown into the limelight. And you were talking about her hair, too. I see her with her hair darker.
Yes.
Like her true colors, as they would say.
And she always felt that way inside. No matter what the mask was she put on.
Does she ever wish that she was still here?
No.
Is she glad she went when she did?
Not the way she went.
Right. Not the way.
Not the way she went. Look.
Because, Gail, I picked up
My
before how
arms.
she died when we did that seance.
Not the way. She was not supposed to leave that way.
Can she tell us anything about the way she died?
Yeah. She didn't commit suicide.
No.
She would never have done that.
No. Before,
You
when we
said
came
that before.
Well, yeah, we came in contact with her. I felt how she died. I mean, it was through her eyes.
Yes, and she would never take her own life.
No. She was poisoned.
Yep. 2 people.
You know, her assistant, what was her assistant's name again? That was standing
The
above
woman.
her?
The one that was standing over her when she died.
There was a woman and a man.
I can't
Yes.
remember.
She was
A woman
standing
and a
over her when
man.
she died, and Marilyn was saying to her, says, "Why'd you do this to me? Why?" And she says, "Well, the way you treated me. You know, you used to yell at me, all that stuff." She goes, "Well, you know, I cared about you. You know, you worked for me."
Is this what you saw?
What I saw, you know, before we did that seance. And then she's a very loving soul, but I still think she hasn't
Very
settled yet. Her soul has
No,
not settled.
it has not.
She's still attached to this place.
She is still very attached, and what she also... she wants people to get to know her. Don't you feel that, Chris?
But she
Who
also
she
wants people to
really
let go.
was.
She wants people to let go of her to
Of
get to
the
the other side.
glamorous,
Yes.
artificial image.
You got it. That's
the
what I got the
mask that
first
she
time.
wore. Yes, I agree with that completely.
So it's like she
Oh,
feels
look.
like she's completely misunderstood.
I know.
Completely. And had been
This
the
is
entire
amazing.
time.
Gail,
Isn't
once
that
you make
amazing?
once you make a connection with the spirit or soul, you never lose that connection.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's
Just
still here. Just from touching her, I felt
calling
all the
in.
energy just come through. You know, and you're picking up on the same thing I did originally.
And she's always available. She wished that her fans would get to know who she really was, rather than who they expect her to be. And
they wanted her
what
to
was
be.
that? Yes, and who they project her to be.
Don't you feel that once she gets to that point, once she realizes that, she'll
be
move on?
peaceful.
She'll move on,
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. And then I don't think anybody will be able to
So do
contact
you think
her.
that she's not at peace now, and that's why
She's
you
still stuck here. She's
that's
still
why you should
chained.
still contact her, or you feel that she's got some connection with both of you?
Well, I feel she's available because she wants people like Chris and I to tell her fans to please get to know who she really was, to investigate that part, not the glamour.
So it's as if she's got a message and she's
Yes.
not going to rest fully
No.
until she feels that people
Well, think about it
have
this
picked
way.
up this.
Think about it this way. If you died, or anybody here, okay, and nobody knows exactly how you died, okay, and you're not happy about it, you want the truth to come out, right? She wants the truth to come out. She wants
Yes.
people to know how she died, so her soul and spirit can rest.
Which, unfortunately, I don't feel will happen for at
I don't
least
either.
another 20 years.
I don't either.
Really?
Yes.
Now,
Another
this-
20 years.
Because we're in this, we're in the same place where
Mhm.
Clark filmed Gone with the Wind.
Right.
Do you think that something like his cigarette case, can we get in contact with the man himself? Do you think this was an extremely important place for him?
I think this was an extremely important place for him, and it's very interesting because the sound stage is over there, okay? You go in there and there's this light, open, don't you feel that on the other side? And here, there's it's like this is where all the drama went on, back here and up there in the rafters. It's like there is a tension here in the back that you can cut with a knife, where everybody feels like there was this tightness.
I've just got a headache.
Yes, I'm not surprised.
That's
I'm not
probably
surprised.
why I got the headache, too,
Uh-huh.
from what you're saying.
Because
It just feels a little bit close in here, doesn't it?
well, it's very tense in
Very
this
tight.
space
Why is
in
that,
here.
then?
Because the tension is still lingering. That never left. It literally feels like they walked through that doorway there, and the show was on, and everybody was Miss Happy Pants. Do you know what I mean?
And so once they came off,
Once they came off, and it feels like all the behind-the-scenes things that were going on, this is where the stress was.
It's all attached to all the objects that are here.
Oh
right?
my, it's amazing. When we first walked in here, I said, this is not the least bit creepy or uncomfortable or
just tense. And then you got
until
to
we
that.
came in here. When we walked in the back, this end here where all the storage and the rafters and all the
That's where all
pieces
the
are.
tension was
Oh
held.
my, it's like every muscle in me got tight.
Well, we're going to go back to the studio just now, but thanks so much for bringing these things in. It's been very, very interesting, and hopefully we can pick up some more. We're going to move on and see what else we can find out in this
Great.
amazing building. Thank you so much,
This
Karen.
was wonderful.
Back
Thanks.
to you at the studio, Chris.
Thanks, Gail. Cracking stuff there. With me now, I'm joined by Carla Barron, who is our psychic, and Lloyd Auerbach, who's our parapsychologist. So this psychometry, I mean, you did it yesterday, Carla, and it was very successful. What could there be an alternative explanation for this? What?
Well, I mean, alternative is they're making it up. I mean,
Right,
that would
but
be
I
an
mean,
alternative.
I have to say, you know, our people haven't seen these
Right.
before. We haven't told them. They're not aware of where they've come from or what they are. So how could they make it up?
You know, we have a theory, it's more of a model in parapsychology, that places and objects hold information. It doesn't necessarily have to be a psychic thing. It may be that there's something about those objects, about places that literally have information in them, and we can pick that up.
Sure, but I mean, we got clear names there. So we didn't just get information about places or, you know, we got actual names, and they'd never seen them before. So give us an explanation for that.
Well, in parapsychology, we look at psychic ability, and ESP, you're picking up information, whether it's clairvoyantly, however you want to talk about it, you're really pulling information from the environment. So the objects could be holding the information, the objects could be focal points for that information, but the basic concept between what we look at in parapsychology is that we have the ability to pick up information.
Okay, but pretty amazing we got a name there, don't you think?
It's very information, but the basic concept between what we look at in parapsychology is that we have the ability to pick up information.
Okay, but pretty amazing we got a name there, don't you think?
It's very
amazing.
Yeah, the
Carla,
name
when
check
do
out.
we use this sort of experiment? When is it useful to us?
When you want to pick up additional information about a certain place, something that the item may hold, some answers to some burning questions, you know, to somebody's past.
You've worked with the police. Is it useful then?
It's useful. A lot of people use psychometry when they're doing police work on a crime scene, and I've used it myself. I've actually placed the items with the gravesite or with the body itself. I'll go into the lab.
Okay.
And I can add, actually, that archaeologists on occasion have used psychics to hold objects that were ancient, to talk about their history, to help them further their digs, to further their understanding of
Really?
what's going on. Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. Thanks very much. More from you later. Gail and Chris don't have long to recover from their last psychometry experience, so find out what else the spirits have in store for us, or in store for them after the break. Welcome back to Dead Famous Live from Los Angeles and the Culver Studios. Now, we want to know what you think it's saying, and we ask you to email us. Now, originally we said to you that we thought it said, please help. Well, the EVP recording, Amanda from Sheffield seems to think it says, cry for help, and Katie in Brighton says, it's loud. But there is an overwhelming decision from our viewers, including Doreen from Canvey and Emma in Southampton, that says, I've failed. So, obviously, we were wrong. But let's hear it again and see what we think. It does sound like I failed. Now that you say it, it does sound like I failed. We've also had a lot of feedback from people watching our webcam, and a lot of people saying that they've seen things in the restaurant. So we've sent Carla downstairs to investigate. Carla, are you there? Carla? Yeah. I think Carla's been taken by a ghost. Carla? No, I think we've lost Carla there. Okay. If you think you know what that was saying, please email us via the website at livingtv.co.uk/deadfamouslive, or text FAMOUS followed by your message to 83444. Please remember to include your name and location. You must be over 18 to take part, and it costs 25p plus your standard network charges. Now, we've had quite a few emails as well. After last night's show, many people have been in contact. Webcam 4 seems to be the busiest so far tonight, with many viewers saying they've seen a mysterious figure. They've seen people in doorways. Some viewers may have seen a woman's face to the left of that webcam. An enormous amount of you getting in contact from us. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that it's quite normal for people to sit on the webcam when our cameras aren't there and we're in the studio? We're not seeing anything, but people on the webcams are. Why could that be?
Well, the quality of the webcam is not that great, so any shadows or anything else can be misinterpreted, just like when you see clouds and see them make shapes in that sense.
Okay.
It's very difficult.
Do you think the ghosts are scared of us being in there, and then when we leave, they're more inclined to come out?
Well, you know, that's like asking how much sound things make in the forest when people aren't there.
Right.
You really don't know.
But why is it that we can't see it and people on the webcams can?
Well, we're probably not sitting and watching the webcams.
Okay.
We're not sitting there and making those observations.
So we can't decide when these ghosts are going to come out, is what you're saying?
If you're dealing with the idea of a ghost, it's someone who stuck around after they've died. They have consciousness. I mean, the only way you can detect one is if one is around. Like, I can't take your photograph unless you're standing in front of me. So they have to be in the right place.
Great, okay. Well, I think Gail's back now, and we're going to just go to see Gail. Gail, are you there?
We're in the corridor in the Culver Studios still. We've just done a psychometry with Karen Page, which was brilliant. I know you just saw that. Now, there's a very interesting story about this corridor, and there's actually been a sighting in this corridor. The guy who created this whole studio, the whole Culver Studios, was a Mr. Thomas Ince, and his ghost has actually been seen. And apparently, the person that saw it was a guy who worked here, wasn't it? And then he actually saw Mr. Ince come in, walk up to him, very angry, saying something, and then walked away. And the guy didn't know who he was, went downstairs, and then after a bit of research, they found out, we saw a picture of Thomas Ince, he went, yeah, that was the guy that told me off. They go, well, he was shot a very long time ago. So we're going to see if Chris can pick anything up in this corridor. Because also there was a seance done here. You know more about, did you hear about the seance?
Yeah, there's a seance, and I guess one of the individuals got possessed. Basically,
by Thomas Ince.
Didn't want them here, said, get out of here.
And he said that they were ruining his studios, and this wasn't how he wanted it run or something. So if there is a presence, I would imagine that Thomas is going to be in this corridor somewhere. So do you want to just take a wander and see if you can pick anything up?
Yeah. What we're probably dealing with is a spirit that he calls himself home. He hasn't moved on to the other side. So anytime anybody comes into his environment, he wants people out of here. You know, he's very protective of this. So let's see if we can get a hold of him. Okay?
So we're going to do the EVPs again.
Right. EVPs again, photographs, and try to get some type of sign.
Call for him or something.
Now, if you start feeling weird, or if I feel weird, sense anything, because we're intruding here, you know, let me know. So we'll communicate about that.
Okay.
Thomas, are you here? If you're here, give us a sign. Either speak to me, or give us some direct sign. Knock on the wall. Affect one of the crew. Are you very protective of this place, Thomas? If you are, give us a sign. We want to know that you're here.
He was murdered.
When you said murdered, I had a chill go right up my spine.
Really?
Tom, were you murdered? Thomas, were you murdered? Okay, right now, Gail, you know how my emotions go, being a sensitive? I'm getting very agitated, very irritated. Like a little bit of anger starting to appear?
Well, the name of the man who murdered him was William Randolph Hearst.
Ooh,
maybe you should say that name.
I just got...
Oh, Mother of Jehovah. What was that? Sorry. What was that?
All right.
Sorry, did I just bump into that? Sorry.
We've got a lot of objects around and we're in a very tight space.
Sorry.
So we've got to be very careful. What happens is this just fell. It wasn't Thomas Hearst. You know,
Sorry.
It would scare you if you get something like this Thomas Ince guy.
Oh, I think I need the bathroom. Right. Oh, my goodness. Right, okay. Well, listen, say it again. It was William Randolph Hearst. He was actually the father of Patty Hearst. That's got nothing to do with anything. But
really?
Yeah. And
that's interesting.
He was a big mogul. He was a big newspaper mogul, amongst other things. So when he shot Thomas Ince, he was actually meaning to shoot Charlie Chaplin, which kind of ties in with yesterday and also with the theatre where Chris is. But he meant to shoot Charlie Chaplin because Charlie Chaplin was having an affair with his wife. Okay. And so he went in aiming at Chaplin and hit Ince by mistake. They got the body off. It was on a boat. They were having a party. Got the body off the boat, cremated him, so he never got done. And he was a newspaper mogul who said, "Oh, he died of natural causes. It wasn't on my boat." So it was quite a controversial murder.
Now, what I'm sensing is that there's a pathway here that the spirit tends to travel, because I'm getting energy levels over there. I'm sensing a strong presence over there, but I'm also sensing something down here. Okay.
What are you sensing?
What I'm sensing is basically, I think it's this Thomas guy.
Is he angry because people keep coming in, or is he angry because
Well, earlier I was
his
just telling you
murder?
my emotions. I was telling you my emotions that I was getting very irritated, very agitated. And I have to believe that that's the spirit that I was picking up. And when you said his murderer's name, was it William Randolph?
William Randolph Hearst.
Okay. When you first said that, I got a total sense of sadness and depression, obviously because there's a connection to this guy. Now, you know, it'd be interesting if we can get him to come forward and give us a really concrete sign. Yeah, you are jumpy.
I know,
you don't like this place, do you?
No, I don't feel that comfortable in this room, actually.
You know, you're going to deal with spirits sometimes that make you a little afraid. You know, when you hear about stories like this about someone being possessed and a very angry spirit, you know, I don't want to really go around provoking this thing because...
Yeah, we do.
Listen,
well, we do.
Because you want a sign.
Yeah,
That's
I want
why.
a sign.
You want a sign.
What's the point in not provoking it? Now, apparently, well, do you think we should maybe get Debbie to come in?
Yeah, why don't you bring in her, see if she can connect with them.
Because then maybe we could have like a, see if we can connect, have some sort of voice connect. I'll go and see if she's around, hang on. Can someone go and get Debbie?
Gail, while you're doing that,
Charlotte's gone off to get Debbie, and we can just stay here for a minute. Because if you're feeling negative energy in here, she might be the sort of person, because you know she can do the voice connecting
Yeah, she
thing.
likes attaching herself to that negative stuff.
Well, do you know what? Once we're waiting for Debbie, while we're waiting for Debbie, we'll go back to you in the studio at the moment, Chris. It is really, really eerie, and there's a lot of nasty stories attached to this place, so, you know, it should be quite interesting once we get Debbie back, so come back and
Thanks,
join
Gail.
us.
Thank you, Gail. I hope they haven't lost Debbie. I sent Carla downstairs to the restaurant, and we've lost her, so she's wandering down there somewhere. Hopefully, we'll have her back by the time we see you after this break. See you in a bit. Welcome back to Dead Famous Live. I'm Chris Parker, and this is the Los Angeles Theatre. Now, Gail and Chris are out at the Culver Studios, and we're going to go back to them. Welcome back to Dead Famous Live. I'm Chris Parker, and this is the Los Angeles Theatre. Now, Gail and Chris are out at the Culver Studios, and we're going to go back to them now. Gail, did you find Debbie?
Yes, we've managed to find Debbie Sennett, and we've brought her up, and I think the plan is we've actually moved to the back of the corridor where Thomas Ince was actually spotted, because Chris, well, I'll let Chris explain why we're here.
Yeah, Chris, what was going on was, when we were standing back there, I got pulled in this direction. A lot of energy was remaining here. So I came over here. What I'm getting, I mean, dare I say it, pissed off. Whatever is here is really pissed off. It is mad, irritated, and agitated that we're actually up here. Now, I want to see if Debbie can try to connect with it, and if she can, I'm going to try to talk to it and try to find out what's going on. Because right now, I can't contain this energy. I'm going to see if she can.
Now, you've been feeling a bit strange since you've got in here, haven't you?
Yes, there is a man here, and he's really upset, and he's hurt, like physically hurt, even.
Well, Thomas Ince was shot.
I get a lot of pain, and it's in my head. It's like in my head here, and going all the way to the back here, as if I've got a pain right in here.
Well, that's interesting, because that's what I was feeling earlier, was the pain in my head, kind of like a stress headache.
Where exactly he was shot.
Because I've got it right in, like right here.
Can we do like a standing? Can you two do a sort of standing séance? Can you contact Thomas Ince? Because it sounds pretty much like that's the energy that's here.
I'm feeling his energy coming out. When a spirit will slip in, when you channel, I felt it kind of reach out at me. So
you feel that
something's
trying to connect.
There's something here. You gotta record this.
Is this Debbie?
No.
Who are we speaking to? Who are we speaking to?
Why are you here?
We want to talk to you.
I'm busy.
What are you doing?
Working.
Why are you so mad?
A lot to do and can't get it done. I just can't get it done.
What have you got to do?
A lot of things I have to move around, a lot of things I have to change. And people aren't listening to me.
Do you understand that you're dead?
No.
You died. You were shot.
I have pain.
Is this Thomas?
I'm called Tom.
How old are you, Tom?
I'm 42.
Do you know what year it is?
1926.
Thomas, what? Whoa.
What is it?
It's trying to slip into me now. The energy's trying to slip in. Thomas, Listen to my voice. Why is it that you haunt this area? Why do you attack people? Why do you try to possess them?
Because they're not listening to me.
What is it you want to speak? What is it you want people to know?
The truth.
About what?
About me.
What do we need to know about you? Tell us.
Murdered.
Okay, we know you've been murdered, Thomas. It was by mistake, wasn't it?
Woman murdered me.
Well, he was murdered because...
Because of a woman.
He thought he was maybe protecting...
Okay, this is really strong energy.
Are you okay? Is Debbie okay? Her eyes have gone off from her.
Thomas, her eyes are
my
going
God.
Get down, get down.
Okay.
Get down.
What do you do now? Is she okay?
Hang on, sit her up, sit her up. Get her up. Okay.
Debbie?
Just listen.
Debbie?
What sometimes happens is when spirits enter into you, they kind of drain your energy.
This. Well, can you make it stop?
No, hang on. It'll be okay. She'll be fine. What happens is they sometimes drain the energy and they cause you to pass out, okay? To kind of like get knocked out. It's kind of as if somebody got hit or if they just lost oxygen for a few seconds.
Debbie?
She's going to be fine. She's
Do you
going to be
need to
fine.
get water or something?
No. Just give it a second. Give it a second. She's okay. What happens, too, is when the spirit slips out of you, you've seen that in channeling when I'm exhausted, okay? It slips out of you and it kind of drains you. She's going to be all right. Just give her a few seconds. I'm used to seeing this girl.
Thank you, Chris.
Debbie, no, you're welcome. You're welcome. He wanted to slip into me, and I said, no. I'll let you pass out, not me.
I'm glad you two think it's funny.
Sorry.
Well, I'm not...
Why?
Well, she just passed out.
Well, it's because you're a skeptic. You're not used to this,
What
girl.
do you think? What do you think I go through? I don't know. She just passed out. I got a fright, okay?
All right, how do you feel? You okay?
I'm okay.
Okay. Was there anything, hang on, was there anything else? Come on, let her talk. Was there anything else that you recognized? Anything, images, any other information that you got from him? What is it?
He saw a woman standing there.
Okay.
And she was arguing with him.
Okay.
And he was upset with her. And then a door opened, and that's the only thing I remember.
Okay, and that's when he slipped out of you because the door he goes through to get out of you and then you come back. Gail, explain to her what happened, the death and everything, so she understands. I know this is
I know, well, I just got, you know...
She's not used to this.
Yeah, I'm not used to it. What happened, the story that I've been led to believe is that William Randolph Hearst, his wife was having an affair with Charlie Chaplin, and he caught... Well, he'd heard that they'd been having some sort of dalliance, and they were on a boat, there was a party. Thomas Ince was on that boat at that party, and he was shot mistakenly. So maybe he was with William's wife at the time. Maybe they were having an argument, and William maybe stormed in and shot him, thinking it would be Chaplin in the room with his wife, and it was Thomas. So that would make perfect sense. Even if nothing else in this room seems to have made perfect sense to me.
Well, what we're doing with it, you tell me what you're getting to, is that he's got a lot of anger, a lot of frustration for two reasons. One, because he was murdered. Okay, and he should still be alive, or not still alive today, but he should have lived a longer life, okay?
He had more to accomplish.
Now, the other thing is because he doesn't really want to let go that he's dead, he wants to hang here and still live his life, he's irritated and agitated that everything else is changing around him, and that people are here that shouldn't be here, he feels, because he hasn't let go and moved on to the other side.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Right?
Well, listen, I'm going to throw back to Chris in the studio at the minute. We're going to get ourselves together, and I'm going to get Debbie a drink of water, but everyone's fine. Don't anyone panic at home. Debbie's fine, Chris is fine. We seem to be getting somewhere, and we'll see you when we have composed ourselves.
Gail, have you done a first aid course?
Thank you for catching
Well,
me.
yeah, I have actually, but I'm still saying...
I think we'll need to send you on one before the next show, hey?
Yes, please, yes.
All
Well,
right.
everyone's fine anyway. Everyone's fine, so no one worry, no one
You
email
take some
or
deep
phone.
breaths, get yourself together, we'll come back to you in a bit.
Yes.
All right. Now, we found Carla Barron, our psychic, and she's agreed to attempt to contact the dead famous using her tarot cards. Over to you, Carla. Are you there?
I am. Chris, can you hear me?
Say again, Carla.
Can you hear me, Chris?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you. A bit echoey, but we can hear you.
Great.
So tell us what you're doing.
Okay, right now I'm just checking in to see if indeed there was some sort of spirit captured within this room. I'm in the restaurant here, and as you can hear, it sort of echoes, you know, because no furniture is in here, no people are in here, but at first glance, nothing. But I am getting a lot of information off the data that's written on space and time. And I'm certainly picking up some sort of, almost like a grease fire. Okay, something that happened. This person was working alone. He was a male. He was bigger in stature. He looks like he's fleshy, like he's a little bit bigger, stout type of guy. He looks like he's working by himself, just working very diligently, and he's upset because he's not getting paid enough to work all these hours, like he's working overtime. All these people are living in the lack of luxury here. All these stars are, you know, basically living and still can't pay his bills. So he's a little upset.
Well, Carla, I think we're losing you a little bit there, but after the break we're going to ask you to come up and explain to us, you know, what you find and what you're doing down there, okay?
Okay.
Now, we want to know, what do you think of tonight's investigation? We want to hear from you on Dead Famous Live Your Say from midnight until 1 a.m. tonight. Call us now on 09014 900 999 and you could be live on air giving your reaction to what you've seen. Or you can text FAMOUS followed by your message to 83444. Right now, though, we're going to take a break, but we'll be right back to you to continue our journey into the paranormal. Welcome back to Dead Famous Live from the dead centre of the movie world. Now, joining with me now is Carla Barron. We just sent you down to the restaurant because our viewers have picked up a lot of activity on the webcams, but it was quite echoey down there. So just explain to us, you did a reading down there, didn't you, with your tarot cards?
I did a reading. All I do is I pull random cards and they stimulate images in my head, so I can sort of get a storyline of what went on, if anything went on down there. When I first entered the room, it didn't really feel like anything was in there, and then I started asking the story, was anyone present here yesterday? Because that's what we're investigating. So I looked, and I picked up grease fire.
What's grease fire?
A grease fire in the restaurant.
Right, okay.
Some sort of grease fire. Somebody got injured. I got that this was a person that could have used a union at that time to supplement their income because they weren't protected, and there was some sort of negligence going on within the workers here. Everybody lived in all this lavishness.
And how did you get that using the tarot cards?
Just this, it stimulates pictures in my head, and I'm depicting what's happening in my head as it moves across the screen.
Okay.
And I'm seeing a gentleman, fairly stout, working in there, working overtime, not getting paid enough. He can't support his family. He got injured from a grease fire. I also got that he died as a result of overwork in this particular restaurant.
Is this a happy spirit? It's definitely not a happy spirit, right?
No, he's going through a lot of mental anguish. Mental anguish.
Historians, any idea of who that could be? Grease fire?
Sounds like a worker of some kind. No one that we would ever, a worker.
Right.
That we would never know or recognize. But it's very possible, and of course,
and back in that time of the era, is that how people worked?
Yes, yes, they would be working down in the bowels of this building, preparing things, and things like this did happen. They were not protected particularly.
Little pay, bad working conditions.
Yes.
Okay, anything else, Carla?
Just that he's sad about the quality of his life. He had no quality of life here while he watched everyone else in all this luxury.
Did he envy anyone in particular, any stars?
Actually, he wished that most of the women would not be as the starlets were. I think he didn't appreciate how they were to him.
Okay.
And that's what I was picking up.
Really?
Yeah. Like he was sort of looked down upon.
He was?
Yeah.
So
They went by him and
they
didn't really recognize
him. A very angry man.
Little diva going on there.
Oh, really?
That's
okay, well, keep your emails and texts coming in so we know what you find on the webcams. Right now, let's go straight over to Gail and Chris here at the Culver Studios mansion. Gail, have you recovered?
Hi, yeah, everyone's fine. We've had a few drinks of water, and we're all back to the same planet.
Good stuff.
So we're actually in the place. It was the original building that Thomas Ince built. It's the establishing building for this whole studios. He actually built it in the style of a house, so because he wanted to make it more warm and friendly, and you know, like home from home, so when he came to work, he could still feel like he was at home. But I know Chris has been here earlier. You've done something earlier.
Well, what I did, Chris, is I actually set up a camera upstairs because there's been some activity up there before where someone's seen a ghost. So I set up a tripod with night vision to see if I can get any strange anomalies on film.
Now, what the stories are that we've heard, this place is supposed to be extremely active, and it's great for us because apparently Vivian Leigh has been seen a couple of times walking along, dressed in the style of Scarlett O'Hara, a big purple dress. But some woman, a security guard, was in here, and she felt a tap on the leg, and then she looked in that window and she saw the reflection, and in the reflection she actually saw Vivian Leigh walk right along there. And then someone also saw her walk between rooms. But Karen and Debbie's now recovered, are both joining us as well. So have you all felt things when you've walked in?
Absolutely.
Yes. Oh, definitely a woman. And both of us looked up immediately
and saw
said,
this long dress. And she loved this staircase and the balcony. And felt very much a great sense of belonging here. Don't you feel that?
Definitely.
Do you feel that someone is still here?
Absolutely.
Do you think someone could give us a sign?
I'm sure they could. I'm
Should
sure
we-
they could. And I do feel that they are very happy that you are here today.
Really?
Don't you get that sense?
Do you get that?
There they are. Look at this.
Yeah.
Very much a
There
change.
they are again.
There's the hairs again.
Yes.
Do you think it could be Vivian?
Yes, I definitely do.
Do you think because she loved being in front of the camera that she
Yes.
quite is intrigued by the fact that we have camera? Yes.
Yes.
It's very drama. Well, do you want to take a wander up towards the area where she's been spotted, or do you want to call for her here?
No, I'd rather go up
Me
above.
too.
Would you?
Definitely.
Okay, well, I'll follow you, Chris. Because where did you set your camera up?
Well, let me show you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now, these are long stairs that go all the way up here, so be careful.
I must admit, when we came here, first of all, when we walked along that corridor, there's something really horrible about it, isn't there, Chris?
Not true. Careful.
It just
Now-
feels very...
Well, there's a total sense right here when you walk down this corridor that something's here, or something's been here. Now, I set up a camera here, and it's already probably run for the last hour. So, I'm curious to see if I've gotten anything on this tape. Now, Karen and Deb, why don't you come up here and see if you were picking up what I was earlier?
I'd be very surprised if she doesn't show up.
Watch out for the tripod.
I keep expecting her to be right here at the end.
Yep, that's where I was.
Overlooking. Oh, I have such a chill all throughout me.
It's right here. Right here.
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 Yeah, this is where I set actually the camera up to see if I could record anything here.
Very interesting.
Because this is the area that's maintaining that energy related to the experiences that people have had of seeing a ghost.
Well, her presence is very strong here. Very strong, particularly in this spot. You know, it feels like this is where she loved to stand and look down. And I saw her dress, this long floor-length dress, up the stairs, clipping each one of the stairs as she came up the stairs. But she loved this spot. I didn't get any hits on the other ones, the other parts of the banister, but here, definitely.
Oh, what's great is I get her just wanting to pose.
Yes.
Just, you know,
I'm
posing.
here.
I'm
What
here.
was that noise downstairs? Did someone just walk in the door?
Nope.
Let me have a look.
No, but we probably got some...
Did someone just walked in the door?
I think... Hey, is someone down there? Hello?
I'll go and have a look.
Go take a look, see if there's somebody down there. Karen, Deb,
This is a very
over
busy
here,
building.
do you think, too, that the ghost is going back and forth through the doors? Because I was picking that up from going from room to room, like a pacing, as if someone just went right
Feels
through.
like there is a...
There's more than one.
But,
More than one?
but there is
Yeah.
a particular attachment to... It feels like the corner office. The
Okay.
corner office.
Right back here?
Here. And it feels like this was the... This space was where I get this really active energy in this area.
Okay.
And like there is this group of 3 of them. Do you get 3 of them? Yeah, it feels like 3 of them to me. 2 men and a woman.
Really funny because I got, when I came back here, I got a man and a woman over in the corner here making out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I have a feeling there was a lot of nookie in that office.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of private.
That's
What time is it?
Okay. Yeah, it's late. Now, what
like
that
it.
is just the clock right around the hour. So the clock is just going off. It's not some strange noise or anything.
Which
but it is kind of eerie.
Yeah, it is.
It's what we're doing.
Perfect timing. But this office feels like there's a tremendous amount of activity in it, more so than the other ones. That this feels like it was the place where they came to either have clandestine meetings,
Okay.
or they would get together when they didn't want anybody else to hear them or participate in it.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I just went to see if there was anyone downstairs, and there's no one there, and then the clock chimed. So I was just a bit jumpy.
Well, there probably
But
was. They just didn't want to let us know who it was.
I said, is there anyone here? Doing. But no, there's no one downstairs.
Okay. So if we're getting a noise or something.
It sounded like a door.
Yes, it did.
It did.
It did.
Okay.
This whole building has that kind of life to it, where it feels like they are still very much present here. Don't you get that
There's
feeling?
just a whole collective of people.
Like
And
they don't want to
yes.
leave. They don't want to leave this place.
An awful lot.
Okay. Can we get them to talk to us or communicate? I mean, that's what we really want, right?
Well, Vivian Leigh feels like she really loves you having the cameras here.
Does she?
She loves being able to.
No, breathe on me.
I didn't breathe in you. I didn't breathe
I don't
in
know
you.
how
Did
she
you
could
feel a
have done
breath in
that.
you?
Unless it was you.
I didn't
No,
breathe
it
in
wasn't
you.
her.
I was looking. I was doing
She was,
Karen.
yeah.
Because that was pretty strong.
No,
Do
it
you
wasn't her.
think that Vivian could show herself to us?
Probably,
was it,
and
was
I
it
would.
Vivian that was at the door downstairs? What's
No,
happening?
that feels like it was a male energy
Okay.
to me, doesn't it? To
Yeah,
you too?
it was
Well,
male.
can we see if we can get her to show herself if she loves the camera? I mean, we've got two of them here.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't show up.
But I think she's going to
Look
show
at this.
herself
let's-
down that way.
Yeah.
And on the third floor,
At the
apparently,
banister.
it's very haunted as well. She was seen.
Sure.
Do you want to go that way? Did you say?
Yeah. I wanted to head back this way.
Okay. You picking up something over there?
Yeah.
I'll follow you guys.
All the lights just went off and on. Did you guys see that? The lights just went off and on.
Well, you wanted
Did
her to
anyone,
let you
did
know.
anyone touch the switch?
Anybody touch the switch? Hang on, I gotta check this. Whew.
Well, that's kind
Oh
of
my
interesting.
goodness.
You asked. I told you. I
Lights
mean,
just went off and on.
her energy is so powerful in this building. I would not be the least bit surprised if she showed up and did something like that.
There's no one downstairs.
No, there
Chris?
isn't.
There's no one downstairs,
Here,
Gail.
here.
It just did it again.
No, I just did that.
Oh, you just did that?
I just did that. Someone.
Okay, but there was
But
nobody.
no, it didn't switch on the lights in the whole corridor. I was just checking that. That light switch there does the whole corridor, and all that happened was the only lights went on actually in that room. These ones didn't go on. So that's not even.
All I know is that there was nobody that touched that switch.
Can we get something else? Can she do something else if she's here? Chris, come on, do something.
Chris?
Me do something.
Yeah,
Get them to do
Chris.
something.
Get them to do
Put
something.
your hand on that.
Hang on.
It's funny because I heard her say, "What else do you want?"
Everything.
Yes. Yes.
I'm so
If she could
greedy.
swish her skirt for us.
Yes, do
Yeah,
that.
right
This here.
in here. It's like a vibrating.
Yes.
Actually, it's
That was her spot.
Uh-huh.
Debbie, can you get any sort of voice connection with her like you did with Tom Ince, but without the fainting?
It's a strain. It's like vibrating right here.
It's
right
a,
up
it's a
through your
smaller
feet.
woman. She's kind of, I want to say, a little petite.
Uh-huh.
Debbie?
Not very tall. About this height. White dress.
I'm only getting like 5 feet tall.
Yeah,
Really, really
short.
With
short.
ribbons on it.
Short, yeah.
It looks like there were
Like a
ribbons
nice white
laced through
dress.
it.
Very elegant.
Can anyone voice connect?
Young.
Can any psychics hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I hear you.
I'm getting
I didn't hear
amusement.
you.
Yeah, I hear you, darling.
I'm getting amusement, kind of like a little bit of, like,
Oh,
taking
this was her
pride and-
place.
Yeah,
She's
She was the star of
cool.
the show.
this is cool.
yeah, it is
Did she
because
hang
you
out
can.
in this building?
Yes, she
Very
loved
sweet.
this building.
Very sweet
Did
attitude.
she feel like? Because
Can you smell
was,
it?
I mean, that was pretty much
smell.
her first job, wasn't it? Gone with the Wind.
smell
Did she feel like? Because
Can you smell
was,
it?
I mean, that was pretty much
smell.
her first job, wasn't it? Gone with the Wind.
It
her
was her
first
first
major.
big,
Yeah.
yes, big
Right.
job. It was the one that put her on the map
senses of
and
smell
the
is
reason we all
wow.
know her. And she was incredibly attached to that role. Look at this. Isn't that interesting?
It's weird. It smells
Look
like
at
jasmine.
that, oh my. And she feels like she was incredibly attached to it and could really identify with Scarlett O'Hara and didn't want to give up the glamour and the attention that it brought to her. This was a very powerful place for her. Very powerful.
So many shadows. Every time I turn around, I'm thinking there's another.
Oh, honey,
shadow.
you have so many people wandering around in here. Are you kidding? This is a very active building.
Oh, wow.
But in a nice way, not in any dark way.
It's a great building, though. Even I feel kind of.
Yeah, don't you feel up and alive? I mean, it's funny because on the soundstage, it had that life to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Well, listen, we're going to throw back to Chris in the studio, but I think we're going to have an awful lot to show you. We're still at the Culver Studios. We're in the mansion, the original place that Thomas Ince built, and apparently it's haunted by Vivian Leigh. And fingers crossed, we're going to get something. We're getting. She doesn't want us to leave, apparently, according to Karen. So hopefully, we're going to go and wander around. So don't you go anywhere, and we'll see you in a minute.
Are the lights going on and off, Gail?
Yeah, yeah, the lights. Did you see that?
Yeah, we all saw that at home and in the studio.
Well,
no
yeah, quite
no
interested to see if no explanation, no one was anywhere near the light switch.
Because it wasn't just one light, was it? Was it more than one light?
It was 2 lights, but the actual light switch affects the entire row of lights.
Right.
So, I mean, even if someone had switched the switch on, it would have switched every light on, but it didn't. It was just 2 lights in that room.
Bizarre. And you think that might have been
I'm
Vivian
getting
Leigh?
all goosebumps. Well, it would be great if it was Vivian Leigh.
Yeah. Great,
Because
thanks,
she's
Gail.
famous and she's dead.
Thank you, Gail. See you in a bit. Mickey and Dolores, you obviously worked on Gone with the Wind and in these studios. Did you meet Vivian Leigh? Did you talk to her?
I'm sorry?
Did you meet Vivian Leigh?
Oh, did I? Oh, yes.
What was she like?
Well, Vivian Leigh is magnificent as far as I'm concerned. I worked twice with her, both in her Academy Award-winning performances, I might add.
You're the only person to have worked with her twice on those films.
Streetcar Named Desire was the second one, and Gone with the Wind, of course, was the first one.
Right.
But she's, I spent a half hour with her down in New Orleans, and it was all about me, nothing about her.
Really?
But yeah, by that I mean she was very interested in my career, what I'd been doing. It was 11 years separation between the 2 times we'd worked together. And she was just a wonderful lady.
Sounds like a lovely person.
Magnificent. I think she's here because I feel it.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
And what did you think about that when those lights came on? Does it surprise you?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
But you said to me earlier that you felt her presence even when you were there, when you worked in the studios and when you went back in 1998.
What was it like when I was there?
Yeah, I mean, did you feel her presence then?
Yeah, oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, most assuredly. Not strong, I mean, because I wasn't aware of it. I was with some other people and
so she could be here right now with us. Very quickly, Lloyd, a reasonable explanation for those lights. Can you give us one?
Well, without checking out the environment, I really have to see what the setup is. But we absolutely want to do that before we assume anything paranormal.
Great, because that's quite a big thing, those lights.
Anything to do with electricity, anything to do with physical things, you need to check
Okay, I
those
think we've
things
lost
out.
a bit of your sound there, unfortunately, but we'll come back to you in a bit. If you want a chance for 2 to win an amazing trip to Los Angeles in January 2006, then just complete this following sentence. Chris Fleming is known as A, a psychologist, B, an astrologer, or C, a sensitive. To enter the competition, phone 09015 339988, or digital satellite viewers can press the red button on the remote control. More from the Culver Mansion after this quick break. Don't go away. Welcome back to Dead Famous Live. Right now, Gail and Chris are continuing their exploration to the Culver Mansion. Gail, are you there? Gail? Gail?
Hi, yes. Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Hello. Oh, great, okay. Now, we're still in the original building that Thomas Ince built, and everyone's been viewing something, but we've actually had something very bizarre happen while you were on a break.
What happened?
One of the sound guys, Brent, I'll get him to tell the story. Brent, what happened to you?
I was downstairs, and we were making our way up here, and I looked up, and I saw a woman standing up at the top of the banister wearing this, this white, satin dress with a floral thing on top, and her hair coming down, perfectly on the side, and her arm, like you were saying, posing. And I'm a total skeptic of it, and so when I went over, I asked Karen, because she said she saw a woman, she could, picture the dress, and I asked her what color, the dress was, what it looked like. And she said, I'm thinking it's like an off-white thing with some kind of floral thing. And that's when I kind of freaked out because I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what I saw.
But Brent, have you changed your mind then? Because you said you were a skeptic. I'm the skeptic. I should have seen
Well,
that.
I don't know
what
if
do you
I've
think
totally
now?
changed my mind, but when I looked up there, like, for her to match that, exactly what I saw was, like, amazing. So, you know,
So you
I definitely think I saw something because I was kind of seconded with what they saw.
So you're a bit of a believer now?
Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah.
Good. Okay, well, we've succeeded. You succeeded so far. I know, but I want to see her. But we've come up to the 3rd floor, and this floor is actually one of the floors that the security won't even come to. For some reason, they just find it so uneasy feeling that they don't come. Do you girls feel anything at all up here?
No.
It feels nice up here.
Yes, it feels, there is no...
They don't come. Do you girls feel anything at all up here?
No. It feels nice up here.
Yes, it feels, there is no psychic energy up here. On the 2nd and 1st floors, my goodness, it is busy, busy, busy.
Still. It's very still up here.
And what do you think about what Brent saw?
Oh, I think that's cool, because when we were standing on the ledge there, putting it, I was getting the same thing that she described. The woman with the dress, off-white, you know, the ribbons, that type of stuff.
So she's
Very
here.
elegant.
If Brent, you know, if
And
what
then he
Brent
saw
saw,
her.
well, then she's obviously here. Can we call for her here? Would she come up here?
Not up here.
Because
Not up here. She won't come up here.
She doesn't like it up here.
Well,
So she
explain
has
what we
actually
were
been
just
seen
talking
going
about.
from
What it
room to room
feels
here.
like is that they redid this corridor. They either reconstructed it or they changed something very dramatically down here, and she doesn't like it. It's not the same place or the same feeling.
She no longer feels attached to it, but downstairs, she still feels attached to it. We all agree on
So
this.
this corridor is too unfamiliar.
Well, this feels like she has no personal attachment to this area
Anymore.
whatsoever.
Should we just start walking back down that way then?
I would.
Someone just saw a ghost there.
No, but they are
come on, let's go,
downstairs,
because
as we know.
There's no point in being somewhere where none of you feel anything, because that's not going to get us anywhere.
No, when we had the lights go down, we had the ghost thing, and then I felt someone blow something on the right side of my cheek.
Okay.
So we're getting activity. Let's go back to where the activity is, because it's not existing out here anymore.
She's much more comfortable downstairs.
Well, if Brent has already seen someone downstairs, then let's go downstairs to that room.
Now, keep in mind, I do have a camera that's on that landing that's filming that whole hallway.
Oh, yes,
so
you might
hopefully...
even. We can check it after
That's
this and we
right.
can watch it through.
That's right.
Right, come on, we're going to go downstairs, then we've got to go to the boat room after that. Are you ready? Just, if anyone feels anything, just talk to me, please. I want to see this
It's
vision
interesting.
of a woman.
See, you feel the energy as you come back down?
Yes,
You can
I was
feel it
just going
right
to say,
here.
until
It's
this
just right here.
landing, there's nothing. And the minute you hit this landing, it's like it picks up again.
All right, watch out for this cord. Yeah, it's just the energy is colder down here. It's so different than what it is upstairs.
Well, it's much more alive here and downstairs.
Definitely more active.
Yes, much more active. And upstairs, it's very stagnant.
Would you still feel energy here?
Oh, on this floor
Well,
and the
how about
first
we-
floor.
It's right here. Come over
Guys,
here,
how
Karen.
about we do a quick
real
standing
strong, it's right here.
seance?
Karen, come here.
Since we've got Debbie here, would you
here.
do that now? Could
Gil,
you guys do
Gil,
this?
do you feel anything here?
Feel here.
I feel it.
just
Don't you
cold
feel
out.
that kind of thing going on inside of you? It's like your
Feel it right in here.
insides go like
Can
this.
we please do
I'm sorry.
quote?
I'm sorry.
I'm not
I'm
telling
so
you what.
excited.
Yeah, but that's why I'm excited, and I'd like to do a very quick standing seance, because we've done one before with Debbie.
Sure.
And Debbie's very good at channeling, Chris is very good at channeling. If we're getting all this energy here and someone's seeing something, we can get something now. Okay? Do you want to link hands? Brent, do you want to be in the seance? He's gone. He's not that much of a believer. He's not that much. Right, you guys.
He ran off with Scarlett.
He's gone.
All right, come over here.
Okay. Oh, yay, Brent. Would you
All right,
would you
Brent.
join us?
Okay.
Yeah?
All right.
You
Okay, guys.
Oh.
Let's see if we can connect with this.
Good boy, Brent. Do you feel comfortable with this?
No.
But we'll make you
That's what I
comfortable.
like to hear.
But you're happy to take part?
Sure.
All right.
Okay. He said yes. Okay, what do we do?
Let us do it.
Okay.
Ooh, just felt that.
What did you feel?
Her presence. Just over more towards. Ooh, that's funny. I was saying she was going to say she's more over towards Debbie, and Debbie just jumped.
Do you think she's trying to enter Debbie? Can you feel her presence, Carla?
Yes.
Do you feel it towards Debbie?
Yes.
Are you Debbie?
Wow.
What are you getting now?
Just going back and forth. I just felt,
Can you see that?
That's amazing, yes.
because I felt
Do
it
you
right
feel
go through my
anything,
hand.
Brad? Just don't get scared on me now. Have you ever experienced anything like this before, Brent?
No.
Okay.
Hi.
What are they both doing, Carol?
It's jumping between the two of us.
I was just going to say she can't stand still.
Ah. Oh, yeah.
It's funny.
Oh, boy.
Hang on there.
It's just the energy going back and forth, Gail. I've never experienced this before.
Well, I don't think she's had anything this powerful before.
Is this Vivian?
Yes.
Definitely?
Definitely.
Oh, she's smiling big time.
Look at my arms.
Smiling big time. That's a confirmation.
And you've got
Absolutely.
goosebumps again. You feeling
She
anything?
loves us. She
sure
loves
does.
it. She loves the facts to exchange back and forth.
Seeing her back there, so she didn't. When I saw it, it wasn't like she was angry or anything.
Oh, she is happy. Happy we're here.
Okay. She's slowing down. She's choosing now. Let her through, Debbie. She's choosing you. She likes your form better. Because I'm male. God, I could
Is
feel.
this Vivian?
I could feel the happiness that's coming
her.
from her.
Is that Vivian?
That's
Totally.
her.
She's getting a kick out of this.
Wow. Can you voice connect with her? Is she in you now? Can you voice connect with her? Is she in you now?
Gail, what's going on right now? She's being very playful. She's getting a kick out of enjoying the fact of being in a human body again. Because I'm sensing the amusement, the pleasure of it, being in a physical body and feeling the sensations we do in the physical body that she's not able to anymore because she's in a spirit form.
And in front of a camera.
I'm making her. She's. Yeah.
Baby's crying.
It's been so long.
Why is she crying?
Because it's been so long.
It's been so long being in a physical body that even though it's happiness and joy, it's also sadness because she misses those emotions and those feelings. Because once your soul leaves, you don't feel those sensations anymore.
Look at this. Look at my arms.
She likes the camera. She knows that she's on camera right now. She likes the fact that she's on camera. And she's trying to be a star again. This is pretty weird.
She was always a star, Chris.
Yeah, she always was. This is pretty weird.
But to be able to, here we are in 2005, to
Yeah,
be
but when
able
I
to
die,
be
I'm
in
not
front of the
coming back. I'm
camera.
outta here.
No, we're not, honey. We're out of here.
Can Vivian speak?
Vivian, can you speak to us?
Yes.
Are you okay?
Is there anything that you want to say?
Oh, I love it. Oh. Boy, you're cute.
Oh, God. Right now, this is embarrassing.
Well, she did have good taste.
I'll go over here.
Is she, are you happy that we're here?
Oh, yeah. How do I look?
Fabulous.
You look beautiful.
Anything you'd like to say to your fans?
I'm just so happy that they remember me. Oh, this is my best side.
I love it.
Are you okay, Brent?
I don't know if I'm buying it or not. It's tripping me out.
You're cute.
Okay.
But I like you too.
Well, I don't know if you just heard, I just spoke to Brent, and he's tripping out, man. Do you believe, I mean, how do you feel?
You're the skeptic. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm a skeptic on it, so I'm not really sure, you know.
Okay,
But, yeah.
Oh, careful, you don't bang your...
No, she's
Is she
done.
gone?
Yep, she's gone.
Okay, well, we're going to let Debbie to compose herself again and finish this seance. We're going to go back to the studio and then we will... I'm going to take these guys to head up to the boat room, which is one of the most haunted places on this in the studio lot.
I know exactly what was on her mind, honey.
Thanks, Gail.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Gail.
Sorry.
No.
Well, that was very surprising. Is it possible, Vivian, she was a happy person? Do you think that, that Debbie there could have been overtaken by Vivian?
Well, first of all, this story of a woman in a dress has been going on there for at least 40 years, I know of. So it's very common for people to see this woman at the top of those stairs in that corridor, which
so
led
we've had that
directly...
lot.
Well, that directly led to Ince's and DeMille's office.
Okay, thanks, Mark. Loads of great stuff happening here. The audience, just as shocked as we are, loads of people have seen stuff at home. 4 people reported flickering lights in their homes, including Sally from Coventry, whose lights went on and off exactly the same time as the lights on the show. Melanie from Devon has been feeling increasingly more worried for the team and feels that something big will happen to Chris by the end of the programme. What could it be? Don't forget to email or text us if you spot anything unusual at the Culver Studios here at the Los Angeles Theatre or on the webcams, which are livingtv.co.uk. We'll be back after this break. See you in a bit. Welcome back to Dead Famous Live. Remember, you can still check out the webcams by logging onto our website and keep an eye on Faye Ray's purse, the trigger object in the nursery, because there's still time to let us know if you can spot anything unusual on the show or on the webcams. If you do, then you can email us via the website. Please text FAMOUS, followed by your message to 83444. Remember to include your name and location, and we're going to go straight over to Gail and Chris in the boat room. Gail?
Hi, Chris. Yeah, we're in the boat room, which is such an ironic room because Thomas Ince built this room and then he was shot on a boat, so very ironic. Anyway, we're setting up for a seance. I'm joined by Richard Sennett again. He's a parapsychologist, so he can talk me through this and make sure that there's no cheating and everything is above board and no one is trying to fool us. We've got Gloria, we've got Dee, we've got Jason, we've got Debbie Sennett, who's going to lead the seance again, we've got Karen, we've got Michael, and of course we've got our lovely Chris down there. And these guys are just going to get, because we've so far, I think we've done pretty well. We seem to have been able to contact Vivian Leigh. We seem to have got in contact with Thomas Ince. There's still an awful lot of people that we want to get in contact with, famous people that have been here, like Judy Garland, Clark Gable, Orson Welles. I mean, there's so many people that have passed through these walls. So hopefully our guys will get something here tonight. So I'm going to let them get started and I'm going to observe and we'll come back to you at some point. So guys, Debbie, if you want to take it away.
Okay. I need everybody to hold hands and then I need you to envision the white light. Surround the white light around our circle and surround it around each one of us. Call on its strength and call on the purity that we can be protected within this circle. All of you, please keep your hands held. Please don't break the circle. Envision the white light.
felt that. All the way over here, Gail.
What's up?
The energy.
What kind of energy?
Bad.
Bad
Negative.
energy.
I had my eyes closed and I felt that.
Very dark.
Whoa, it's spreading out around this whole circle,
Very
too.
dark.
Is everyone picking up a bad
Very
energy?
strong.
And so
Very
you get
strong.
very lightheaded like that.
Yes.
That is very strong.
You're pushing it right at me, Chris.
Oh, I'm not pushing it at you. It's moving that way.
Oh, okay. And that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's moving around the table
It
to
is.
understand everybody that's here. It's reading everybody.
Is Debbie
Absorbing
okay?
everybody.
It's like I've lost my balance.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
exactly.
a little bit of vertigo.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Almost
one
like you
thing-
really are in a boat.
Yes, it's exactly
Yeah.
what it feels like.
It's getting very, very hot in here, too. I mean,
Yes.
It's very warm. Now, keep in mind, we are in a closed room. There's a lot of people in here, so the body temperature will raise it, but
This is unnaturally warm, though.
yeah, it's unnaturally warm, very uncomfortable, thick, like thick air.
Thick, exactly.
It'd be interesting if we do get any cold spots because it is so warm in here.
Is Debbie okay, Chris?
Let's find out. Debbie, are you still with us? Debbie, can you hear us?
Is she in a trance?
She's in a trance.
It's going down deeper and deeper. May take a few more minutes.
Is there anybody there right now that can speak to us? Who resides in Deb's body? Come forward and speak to us now. Come forward. There's a tear going down the cheek right now. Anybody notice that?
Yes.
Come forward. Tell us who you are.
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline Logan.
Jacqueline, why have you come forward to speak to us? Why are you here?
Because I worked for DeMille.
You're crying, Jacqueline. Why? Why are you crying?
I only made 5 movies.
Were you an actress, Jacqueline? Did you work for Cecil B. DeMille?
Yes.
Why are you sad?
I was in King of Kings.
What happened to you?
I did a lot of things. I was a newspaper reporter at one time. You may have known me better. I played Mary Magdalene.
Welcome back to Dead Famous Live from the Los Angeles Theatre and Culver Studios. Now, what do you think of tonight's investigation? We want to hear from you on Dead Famous Live, your say, from midnight until 1 a.m. Call us now on 09014 900 999. That's 09014 900 999. And you could be live on air, giving your reaction to what you've seen. Or you can text FAMOUS, followed by your message, to 83444. Right now, though, things are really kicking off in the seance, so let's get back to Gail and the rest of the team.
Complete.
I want justice.
You want justice. That is not for you to decide. That is decided on the other side, Thomas.
No, I want justice.
Then you will never leave this place, and you will always feel what you feel now.
They seem to be having an argument between Thomas Ince
Do you understand
and
this?
Chris.
You feel that,
There's a
Thomas?
power struggle going on. We've also been contacted
Why are you
by
doing
an
this
actress
to me?
called Jacqueline.
Because you have to move on.
I'll let you have
You're
the
hurting
words.
me.
I'm not hurting you because you've been in the darkness so long, you don't know what it's like to feel the light. The light is not painful, but you just see it that way because you're used to the darkness. You're used to that vibration. There's a different vibration you need to go to. Recognize that vibration, let go of the past, forgive what was done for you, and move on to the other side.
This is my place. You have no right to talk to me in that way.
Darkness cannot survive in the light, Thomas. Do you want your vibration to go so low that you cease to exist? Do you want your vibration to go so low that you cease to exist? Your work was done a long time ago. Your purpose is no more being here. You must move on to the other side. Every question you have, everything you need to know will be answered on the other side. He's a fool. Attentions.
He's trying to help you, Leigh.
You can help me.
Tell me what I can do to help make your transition easier.
Justice.
For
me.
And how would you like us to go about that? We haven't forgotten you, but it was many, many years ago.
No. It was just the other day.
No, we're in 2005 now.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
You're joking.
Yes,
No.
we are, Thomas. We're
It's
in
2005.
Can't be.
Yes, Thomas. Your work is done. It's 2005. Justice has already happened.
You don't understand. This is my place. You are intruding.
We're trying to help you.
Gail?
Yes.
Does anybody know what happened to the person that murdered him?
William is now dead.
William is dead. The person that shot you, Thomas, is dead. Do you understand this? He passed a long time ago.
But justice wasn't done.
Then if you want justice, you move on to the other side, because that's where he is. That's where he'll be waiting for you.
Do you recognize the
There
name,
was another
Thomas?
person.
Thomas, do you
That's
recognize this
why.
name, William Randolph Hearst? Do you recognize that name? Was he the man that shot you?
I don't know.
He was the man that shot you.
Do you want to meet the person that shot you?
I want justice.
Karen explained to her.
You can't get it this way. There is William Randolph Hearst. All of the people, you included, are gone. Your time is over. Your memory lives on.
To stay here, you avoid justice.
Deb, try to show the spirit inside you right now. Try to show the spirit inside you where to go. Everybody at the table, just focus on sending the spirit to the other side. Everybody focus on sending the spirit to the other side. Justice can be done on the other side. Allow the spirit to know that.
It's fighting to hang on.
I know it is, but I think collectively, if we all concentrate on that, we might be able to send them over. It might take all of us to do this.
Go over, Thomas. Don't pull back. Go over.
Thomas, don't stay here anymore if you want justice. Trust me. Trust me. You'll learn about justice on the other side. Do exactly what Karen said. Let go. Justice will be served on the other side.
He's gone.
He's pulled back.
Did you all feel an energy change?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Is
It
that what
chills
happened?
all over me.
Yeah.
So-
My arm is shaking.
Yeah.
He's gone. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to go.
No.
I know. I know.
But he did finally leave dead.
Does that mean that has he left? Has he left the building? Is he gone, or is
He's left the building.
He left the building. He
Did
hasn't
you
left
not
this
feel the
planet.
temperature change in here?
I
It got
feel-
cooler?
It's cooler than it was. Yeah.
Yes.
That's fine.
Come
That's
back
what
to
it
us, Dad.
was. It was a negative
And
spirit.
yes, it was very dark. Very dark. And he was going to work his will.
He's too pig-headed, won't let go.
He's so angry.
He's so filled with pain. That's what it is, causing the anger.
Wow.
And he doesn't understand that everyone he's angry at isn't here anymore.
That's right.
And justice has been served.
Several times over.
Mm-hmm.
You know. You okay, honey? Somebody else visiting, Deb?
She's gone through a lot today.
Is Debbie still with us, or is it someone? Or is she still in a
Someone
trance?
else.
Is there someone else there?
Someone else that wants to come through? Anybody else?
She's shaking her head, yes.
Her energy might be so low from when the spirit left. Might have a hard time connecting with the next spirit trying to come through. I don't know.
Yes.
Let's see.
She's at her weakest now, and that's what makes her vulnerable.
This doesn't feel like Thomas, though. This energy.
It doesn't feel like frustration either.
No.
No.
What does it feel like?
Anger.
This is just an angry spirit.
It's male again, but it's not the same as before.
There's a lot of angry guys at this studio.
You know? Hi again. Who's this?
Wow.
Who is this?
Yes.
Okay, we've got someone coming through. Who is this? I sense lost. The spirit is lost.
And tears.
We're getting tears
This
again.
feels, this feels like a much younger energy.
Yeah.
Can we ask Debbie who it is?
My hand is completely numb.
I'm sensing that it's like a
Who's in
lost
Debbie's
spirit.
body now?
It's very sad.
Don't break loose.
A cameraman? Were you a cameraman?
Are you using sign language?
Silent films?
Were you deaf when you were here? Couldn't talk?
A cameraman? Were you a cameraman?
Are you using sign language?
Silent films?
Were you deaf when you were here? Couldn't talk? Yeah. So we're getting a deaf ghost.
Well, that's going to help.
That's odd.
Can you sign?
I love you.
Listen to me.
No. Do you love me? Not me.
The body you're in is capable of speaking. If you would like to know what it's like to talk, you can speak through this body. Your last body did not allow you to speak. Can't see either.
Can you spell? Can you use sign language to spell? I can understand that if you can do that for me.
She's finger spelling in my hand.
Let me see.
Unfortunately, I can't read it.
When you get a spirit.
Don't let go of the circle, whatever you do.
Previously couldn't see or can't talk.
Who do we know did sign language?
That was blind and deaf and dumb was Helen Keller.
That was all I can think of, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't Lug Cheney? No, his parents were deaf.
Can you read finger spelling?
I can, but I can read English. I think it's slightly different in American.
She's getting very agitated. Can you spell your name for us?
Helen? No?
No.
Are you a man?
Yes, it's a man. Dealing with a male spirit.
Young male.
Young male.
Did you work here?
Not a boy, but a young man.
No.
Did you die here?
Are you just visiting?
Go on.
Yeah. That's why I thought he was just visiting.
Yeah, I hate when I jump out like that.
Has he gone?
Yeah.
I believe
Oh, okay, so
Yes.
Yeah, he's gone. There's a jump in.
Is Debbie? Do you think Debbie's able to do any more, or is she going to be exhausted after everything?
I have a feeling she's going to be incredibly exhausted.
What I'm worried about is she's going to get so exhausted she can't have control over them jumping into her
Right,
anymore.
right.
Can you not protect her in some way?
Well,
She's protected, but
But
there comes
yeah.
a time when your energy is so
So
drawn.
low.
Yeah, it's like a resistance is on.
Yes.
Or when a battery on a car just will not turn over anymore.
What should we do for her now?
We need to bring Debbie back, is what we need to do.
Say her name.
Debbie?
Debbie, are you with us now?
Debbie?
Debbie?
Who's here now? Please
Can we
speak to
bring
us.
Debbie
State your
back?
name.
If this is not somebody connected to the studios here, and this is somebody just borrowing Debbie's body, then you need to leave. Thank you.
Is this Debbie?
Debbie.
Debbie, come back to us now. Hear our voice.
It's your turn. You
Return.
need to come back.
Debbie?
Return, Debbie.
Come back, Debbie. Listen to Richard.
Say her name.
Debbie.
No, Debbie.
That
Debbie?
helps her focus.
Debbie.
Debbie.
Debbie, come back.
Come back, Debbie.
Come back, Debbie.
Listen to our voice.
Don't let go.
No, Debbie.
Debbie?
Come back. We want Debbie.
Debbie. Debbie, can you come back to the room? Can we have Debbie back, please?
Here you go.
Here we go.
Here you go.
Yep.
Is that Debbie?
This is Debbie?
She's here.
She's coming back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's here.
Debbie, are you okay?
Well, pooped, huh?
There you go.
In a word. It's one of those big metaphysical words.
Debbie,
Pooped.
can we close this seance down now, because I don't want Debbie. I don't, Debbie, could you just
I
tell
can't
us?
do it.
Can you?
Someone has to do it. Thank you, spirits, for joining us today. Thank you for imparting your information. And we wish you to go to the next world in peace. Thank you. Amen.
Amen.
Karen, is Debbie okay?
She'll be fine.
Will she remember anything that's happened? Will she know?
Probably part of it, but I doubt if she will remember the rage that was consuming her, because that's what eats up all of the energy.
And she has a specific talent to let people talk through her.
Borrow her body, so to speak. Yes, it becomes very difficult, particularly when you are, it's like being just completely open and a spirit just leaps in. And Thomas Ince has a rage in him, don't you? I mean, it's so amazing, and that just would take
You didn't touch my leg
all
right
of
now,
her
did you?
energy.
I may have. No, right here.
No, not on the inside.
Have you been touched again?
Again? This is like 8-9 times now.
Probably Vivian, Chris.
No, something.
She thought
We've
you
run out
were
of time, and that's it for tonight. But Dead Famous Live is back at the same time tomorrow, when Gail and Chris will be visiting Hollywood High. That's the school that educated stars of Hollywood's golden era, including Judy Garland, Mickey Rooney, Carol Lombard, and Lana Turner. But will the stars and the famous people come back tomorrow? Find out tomorrow.